to everybody that's joining me from the Nightcap. The funniest part about the end of that intro, though, is it still says subscribe. And the funniest part about that you can actually watch on some of the last streams that I've done, is it went from subscribe to subscribe to I still am missing a fucking letter because I drink too much to goddamn correct it. And I'm almost thinking about just leaving it as like a random thing in the background. And then if anybody else points it out other than me afterwards, like hopefully I get way bigger. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna sit subscribe because I'm reading it now and I was looking at it. I'm like, I still fucked it up. And I tried to correct it twice. So I'm retarded. And that's the start of my show. And I'm about to go, yeah, subscribed. Yeah, if anybody can subscribe to me, that'd be fucking fantastic. Anyways, so obviously, hopefully, well, in theory, a lot of you guys are here after the nightcap that DA just hosted. A fantastic nightcap from DA. And I have a few other guests, maybe a couple returning ones if you've seen some of my other stuff, which would be great. Why are you playing the same thing? I removed you. Go away. Okay, that's gone. Anyways, so we're going on to other things, other and bigger things. Just kidding. It's just separate topics. That's all it is. And Calypso's attacking the little bit of change I have left. Damn it, that's the donations that I've been getting from online. There's like 25 cents in there, damn it. Anyways, Calypso's stealing your change, guys. Donate to her so she can steal more of your change. Let me remove this. Anyways, let me go ahead and go through the list of people who have showed up because it's there. It's funny. I want to talk to the background people, but they're not here while I want to address the main people. Is there a list I can bring up to show who's actually in my stream? If not, I'm just going to go by what I see on the stream. So we got Name, the ever vigilant, either troll, if not also nice guy. I don't know. He's somewhere in the middle. Oh my God. Thank you. Somebody sent me some money. Let me turn off my phone there. Thank you guys for joining. So we got Name, we got SJ, we got Jeff A, the ever vigilant. What's up? What's up, brother? He's probably working out while he's watching us because that guy looks like in a constant state of just working out. We got Vorpal Snack. Okay, I have to go lose some weight. Be back later. Dude, handle it, brother. Get out there, lose that weight, go run some miles, go run a couple. And you know what? Find a way to run some sit-ups. You know, like if the only setup you're getting ever in your life is getting out of bed, if you get to the point where you're just rolling out of bed, at least get to the point where you can get back to sitting up out of bed. You know, if you're doing more than that, you're already probably a step ahead of like most people you know in your life. You're killing it, brother. You're doing it. You're making some leeway there. Let's see here. There's also Joker Jack Feetac. Hail, what's up, Joker? Joker Jack Feetac. Always good to see you. We have Joseph Lanham. Is it Lanham or Lanham? Lanham, whatever. Where's all the white women at? Probably in T's stream. They all left when he was done cooking or whatever. Like they just wanted to watch a black guy sweat. That's just what happens. We got Quentin, who's also sitting in the back. What's up, Quentin? Like you'll be on here in a minute. We got Rockefeller Plaza, who's been not only just a supporter and somebody who's been on a few times, he will also be on again. This guy has a good channel and like he does a bunch of good clips, and he's a good dude. He's a good time to hang out with. Let's see here. Who else do we have? Gray Poupe. What's up, Gray? Hey, Gray. If you want to hit me up on X and you want to join on here, feel free to jump on. Gray is hilarious. He's literally a talking jar of mustard who turned it into like animations, and he can turn himself into all sorts of different magic tricks. He's a walking jar of magician magic, which I don't think that, or he's a walking jar of mustard magic, which I don't think that sentence has ever been said before. So there you go. Let's see here. It looks like everyone. Andrew Wordna, what's up, dude? I saw you earlier. Hey, man, thanks for the shout out earlier. SJ, what's up? And I think that might be everybody, and everybody's just spamming because everybody's awesome. Let's bring on some guests. Let's go on with Andy from Hold My DualShock. What's up, brother? How you doing tonight?
What's up, bro?
Doing good, doing good. How about yourself? You ready for Vegas?
I'm very ready for Vegas. I'm very excited.
Oh man, dude, I'm so happy to like finally meet everybody I've been talking to for the last few months, and then be able to finally meet you all in person. And you all get to reject me in person. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna shun you hard. Yeah, what I got ready.
Yeah. I mean, like when one nipple is harder than the other, you'd be like faggotry, and then just go from there. It's just weird.
Absolutely.
So we got we got Andy here who fakes his voice on his fucking podcast. That or whatever mic you have just turns you into some type of weird European. I have no idea, but we need to clip it.
Do I not sound American right now?
Sorta. You brought it back a little bit.
Do I sound American now?
Little lower.
Do I sound American now?
Now bring it back.
Yeah, no, it's hard. It is hard.
Anyways, let's also go with somebody who's been here for a while, and he's always brings on a smile until we tell him to shut the fuck up. I'm kidding. Quentin, what's up, Quentin? How you doing? And he's muted. Quentin has been.
What's up, Sci-Fax? What's up,
What's up, Quentin?
What's up, Quentin?
He's been a long-time supporter. He's on all the channels. Like he's always around. He's doing good. He's trying to just do better for himself and whatever. And I appreciate the hell out of that. I always love hearing about people doing good. Also, he's a big supporter. I love the hell out of that, man. Good job, man. What's going on, dude? How you doing tonight after DA stream? How you feeling? How you feeling after that rugged beatdown of just facts? Like,
man, it's been a fun night, man. Between T's stream and then dealing with all that Minecraft stuff on DA. Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, it's brutal out there. Also, we have a returning guest who's also been really great every time he's been on here, and he's also great in the chat every time I've seen him. We got Rockefeller Plaza. What's up, brother? Look at that fucking hairdo, man. Like, I don't know if he got hit by rain or if all the women in the chat just fucking rained on him. I do not know what is happening. But what's going on, dude?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
How you doing tonight?
Yeah. Y'all see it.
Well, before I get into the few topics that I have for tonight, which are very few but very broad, do you guys have anything to comment about the last thing that we were just on talking about? Because everybody here was just on DA's thing, right? I mean, I was on the channel, but everybody was in the chat. So anything to talk about with the Minecraft stuff? Because I think I saw Rockefeller talk about, or like it seemed like I know people from the chat want to talk and they're not on the channel. So I almost want to have my thing be a bridge for something like that. But at the same time, I'm still interested in the rest of your opinions with some of my stuff that I want to talk about. Don't get me wrong. So is there anything about the Minecraft stuff that you would want to talk about or that stood out to you? Rockefeller.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you were Quentin basically, like no, Andy wasn't there.
Yeah, look at that. Notice that she doesn't give a shit about my opinion, right?
No, well, I mean, I talked to Andy. I've talked to him like 3 times this week, and I'm like, I feel like I already know his opinion.
I'm still learning this YouTube etiquette. I don't want to step in and talk. I'm not supposed to because I'm sure I was doing a lot of that last time. So I was like,
no, dude. Look. Like all it is with a YouTube etiquette is like. If you over talk too much, just learn how to bring it back a little bit, and then learn how to dial your mic back, and then eventually, like I think my mic is overpowering, and then I'll listen to replays even on like Hold My DualShock, because Hold My DualShock I have like 9 people on there, and I'll re-listen to it, and I'm like, fuck, my mic is like I feel like as soon as I talk, everybody stops talking, and I feel like I'm overpowering them, and then I listen to the replay. And I'm like lower than everybody talking. And I think it's just my voice. or whatever. That I have no idea how the mic settings work, but
It's
when
hard.
everybody else is talking, they can all have a conversation together. I don't know if it's my mic. I have no idea what's going on. I need to fix my settings or something.
Yeah, like
But
tonight, the only person whose mic was really hot was Cinebeers, which is crazy.
Cinevere's usually pretty, like, hers is usually pretty hot.
But it was
Who's,
especially tonight.
Who's the long hair guy on your stream, Andy? His mic.
Oh,
Like, when he
Leon.
sits into it, it sounds good, but if he sits far, like I could barely even hear. His
Oh,
voice.
that's I actually have one of those mics. I switched it out for this one because my voice is so low. I thought this would actually work. And now I'm like, I don't cut through fucking anything. And I need to, I run like 2 other programs just to sound like this. And I'm like, oh my God.
It sounds good. Joseph just said in the chat, you sound crisp. You're not like echoing. You're not like, overpowered. You sound good.
It sounds good until like you're on a stream with like 5 to 9 people, like when I'm on Hold My DualShock stream, which I love being on there, don't get me wrong, but I've noticed when they have like 7 to 8 to 9 people talking, which people, everybody else and comes in with an opinion at once, I can actually hear I can hear people talking. I can actually distinguish who the fuck is saying something. My voice doesn't come through at all. And I've noticed that over and over. So it's like I wait for times where I can be like, oh, it's my turn. And it's like when you're doing that, when there's 9 people speaking, it becomes like, oh, I get in like a couple words a second until you have something like really interesting to say or something. And then you can ride for like 30 seconds or something. And then it's like, okay, let the floor go. Because you got to also respect like other, 8 to 9 other people's times. But that's streamer etiquette. Like that's like how we were just talking about movie etiquette, right? There's also streamer etiquette. There's things that you got to learn while you do this shit. It's like when I first jumped on this, like if I'm not the one hosting, I shouldn't be the one overtaking the conversation all the time. There's been times where I've drank too much on like DA stream and I'm just like, hey man, and I'll just like, I'll override his shit. There's probably been times even on like Hold My DualShock, probably nowhere as much, but there's been times where it's like, oh, he's been drinking. Like it's obvious. Like right now, I've been drinking, but it's my fucking stream and I'm hosting. So I get the final say and I get to fucking roll the topics out.
That's right.
Hey, Spikefax, what happened to the Slipknot shirt, man?
Oh, I sweated through it because my room is hot as fuck right now. Yeah, no. I'll change my shirt. Like if this gets too, I don't like being, I'm oddly sweaty and I hate being sweaty and it sucks because it's been like that for all of my life. And it has nothing to do with being out of shape or anything because I thought that was the thing. And then I got in really damn good shape and it still didn't change a goddamn thing. So I was like, well, none of that matters. So now I'm just mediocre in shape and still miserable with sweat. It sucks.
Rockefeller looks like he plays drums for Foo Fighters.
I've heard it all. Every time I get on,
Rockefeller looks like he asked for quarters to play drums to a fucking Foo Fighters beat. Like
He looks more like Travis
on
Barker.
like coffee cans and like a whisper in a dream. You know what I mean? Hey man, I'm literally, for one, obviously. I mean, I say it all the time. I'm a musician, but at the same time, I've been around tons of musicians of all sorts of backgrounds and whatever. And there's been people who have looked homeless who are way the fuck richer than me. And then there's people who are just like styled out to the nines and they're literally living in their car. And
I was watching,
oh shit.
I was watching Piers Morgan the other day and they had like talking about the economy. And it was, I don't know his name, but he's a black dude. He's wearing like some green shirt, looked like a V-neck, looked like somebody took it and ripped it down. Elon Musk boy. I'm like, this is Elon Musk friend? This guy looks like he's a fucking homeless guy. I need to hand a sandwich or something. No, he's got enough money, trust me. But looks can be deceiving.
Yeah, no, most of those people are good. If you're more than likely, if you're on TV, you're probably doing good.
Yeah, he's on Piers Morgan. He's like, he looks really homeless though.
So I'm going to throw out an obvious question, but at the same time, I kind of already know the answer. Has anybody seen Warfare?
Nope.
No.
I'm probably going to go with no. Yeah, I'm probably the only one that saw that tonight. Right. So it's an A24 movie, and I'm not going to go into the details about it. I would. The only reason I'm going to suggest watching it is because I like supporting indie movies, it is well done for the story that it's doing. The only like big negative that I can say about it is I don't think it's a story worth being told. That's it. That's
It's
gonna
got
be
good
my
cast,
negative.
right?
That's my negative on it. That's my negative on it because I think it shines like a bad light on kind of the other things around it. I think it doesn't need to be told. I think maybe if somebody did it as like a special thank you thing for the person that it's involved with, fine. But for a full movie, I mean, there's great acting in it. Like there's great performances. Like it'd be like something somebody did as like a side thing and to show how good people can be in certain situations. Fine. I actually, it might be a hot take. I don't think it needed to be made. That's gonna be what where I land on it. And if other people watch it and they think about it and they think about it afterwards, think the same, let me know.
Give me the name of it again.
Warfare. It just came out like tonight.
So last week when we were talking about what was the movie we were talking about, The Thief or some shit with Molly Raymond.
The
You have
Amateur.
early access.
The
don't
Amateur.
you?
I saw it last week. Amateur.
You,
The Amateur.
you have early access to movies.
I just no. I just so I have a AMC list, which is like it's $25 a month, and then you get 3 movies a week, and sometimes they have early access movies, and it's not like I'm getting invited from the studio. It's just from the app. So it's not like, oh, dude, like the studio hit me up. What's up?
Well,
like, no. It's
I never
from
heard
the
that
app.
movie. I never heard of that movie, and then after we talked about it, it released Friday. I was like, "What the fuck? This is now releasing." Sci-Fi's already seen it, so I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Kinda
No,
bizarre.
it was a week early release. I should have done a review on it, but when we did the stream about it and everything, and I was going off about revenge movies because I would when I was thinking about it, I was kind of reflecting on it about how, like, I actually really like revenge movies. Revenge movies is one of my favorite mediums. Like when you have a really great premise to go after somebody back and then really do them over dirty in a either clever way or a brutal fucking way. That's why it's like one of my favorite ones was that Korean movie I was talking about. I Saw the Devil. That one was if you haven't seen it, go fucking watch it, guys. Everybody in the chat, I Saw the Devil. I'm gonna say it again. I Saw the Devil. Go check it out. It's a South Korean movie. There's subtitles. Read it. Watch the movie. Tell me that isn't the craziest shit you ever seen. Like,
Hey,
Jeff
Sci-Fi.
A.
How about
Yo,
The
yo,
Crow?
yo. Well, the best thing about The Crow is literally the soundtrack, but the
Wow.
movies.
You didn't like the original Crow?
No, it's good, but the soundtrack's like the best part.
Sounds like some
It's-
haterade right there. I'm just
That's what I'm
saying.
thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
It's
Find it, sucker.
fine. It's fine. It's okay.
He literally
can watch
died for
it.
that movie, bro.
Yeah.
Well, he should have died for a different movie, but whatever.
Sci-fi likes to watch movies that not only does nobody else see, but even he says shouldn't be made. Even saw a movie, he's like, it's about this. He's like, I'm not going to be mean
Motherfucker,
about it,
I
but I
watched-
don't know if it should have been made.
Okay, that was tonight. I try to watch indie movies to promote indie movies. I've said that plenty of times. I want to promote the underseen fucking movies. And also at the same time, I know like for anything to be kind of successful, even in a YouTube space, obviously I gotta cover the more mainstream stuff, which obviously I'm probably watching anyways. That's fine. But I like to watch more of the indie stuff because every now and then there's like the best movie of last year was A Strange Darling. In my opinion, that's one of the best movies of last year. A Strange Darling, great movie, fantastic. And like the only reason that it got beat out by an anime movie is because I like anime more than regular stuff right now.
Mm.
That is the best movie that I saw last year. Hands
think-
fucking down.
While we're still
Sorry,
talking,
it just is.
has anybody noticed DA's polls he's doing and how John Wick beat out Terminator, and it shows like our action style has changed? You know, I never thought that.
What he should have done,
Schwarzenegger
he should have called it Terminator 2 because Terminator 1 wasn't
T800.
exactly. Terminator
problem
1
with the
wasn't exactly
Terminator is he's
action.
being killed in every single movie. In John
Not
Wick.
just that, but Terminator did the same thing that Alien did, where Terminator 1 was like a horror movie, and then Terminator 2 was an action movie.
Yeah.
Like Alien 1 was a horror movie, and Alien 2 was a fucking action movie or a horror movie. They were both horror. The first things in their franchises were horror. The second one was an action. And so he put Terminator, which I think maybe might have messed with people, where it's, I don't know. That's how I think about it, because maybe we think about it too much because we review the shit and we talk about it. But when I think Terminator 1, and he's the bad guy, and he's not an action hero. He's a villain.
Part
in
2.
the first movie.
Yeah, 2.
No,
He's
part 2. He's the action hero.
he's the hero. That's what you're right. When you said it, when you did the polling, he should have put Terminator T800.
He should have. Yeah,
Judgment
he should
Day.
have specified.
Yeah, he should have
And
specified, because it does make it look like, well, he's not right, but
I still think
when
he
you-
would
if-
have done though, because
He's-
like it's
No,
John Wick,
even if most people can differentiate, that's fine. Like I could differentiate. I know what he meant. I knew what he
Yep.
meant to begin with. It's like, is this character like an action hero?
Stills,
Is the Terminator like an action figure in your life?
The
Yes,
problem
fine.
with EA's poll was it didn't specify like what we're voting for. Is it, do we like that character more? Do we think that character would win in a duel between those two people?
Ooh.
Like, it should have had more specifications.
I like
No,
the,
if you do that, I mean, I think that would
Action hero.
actually, I mean, like someone like Optimus Prime would just destroy everybody. Like that's no fair at all, because
Oh, that's-
Optimus Prime was in there. It's like, who would win in a fight? Optimus Prime is destroying everybody. I don't care how good at karate you are. Like,
Josh Duhamel took down Starscream with a fucking RPG, bro. John Wick can shoot an RPG.
see, and that's what I was getting at. It's action hero, right? It's the best action hero. What we
it's like,
visualize as
who-
an action hero from the 80s, it's got to be fucking big as shit. He's got to fucking shoot rockets, and it's
Like,
like,
I don't
every
even- I-
line's got to be an awesome line. Now John Wick doesn't even talk. He's more fast as shit, hands up, anime like swords. Like you said, he's a master of every
what his
fucking weapon.
you know what his one liner is?
Close combat.
Click boom. Click boom
Yeah.
is his one
Click,
liner.
boom, easy,
Boom.
done.
Which
does
is a
say,
pretty
"I'm thinking I'm back."
it's a pretty sick one liner. Like that, or like he's the Baba Yaga. It's like when you
They're
hear
different
stuff like that,
action
it's
stars,
like,
you know?
Oh man. Yeah, they're definitely different genres of action stars, which is pretty crazy.
I just never thought
But,
I'd see Arnold lose.
I've never seen John Wick.
You've never seen.
Hey,
So I was-
Quentin, you ever seen Beyond the Back of the Stage Room? Because you're about to get kicked, brother. Like,
I was like, what's going on? Oh, okay.
hey, I got 2 more spaces and possibly a third if Quentin keeps up his shit here. Anybody else want to come on?
So here's what happens, Cypex. So when I found out that my wife has been with somebody else, they were watching John Wick together. So that's why I've never watched it.
Oh, damn,
You
yeah.
don't admit that on stream, dude. What are you doing?
What-
Why
what are we-
not?
Why
Why
would you
what do I have to
not to
hide?
share?
Unless you said you went John Wick on them, then I'd be like, this is relevant. Like,
Yeah, so you'd have something to relate to. Is it? Can y'all hear that? What the fuck does that keep doing?
is
All
it
right, so,
me?
yeah,
Like,
I hear it boom. I don't know what. So you'd have something to
Is it
relate to
this?
because John Wick.
that
He loses his dog. He loses some heartfelt. He loses some emotional attachment as well. But he chooses to go violent as shit to get his fucking revenge. Like to come back to what we were talking about. John Wick is a revenge actual movie. Because the reason he dies is I see you got a picture of the dog. Somebody kills this man's dog. They try to steal his car, and in the middle of stealing his car, fuck that dog. Bang, bang, bang.
So it's not the revenge of the dog. It's the revenge of what the dog symbolizes. The dog
Yeah.
symbolizes the last thing that his wife ever gave him.
Mhm.
The last thing my wife ever gave me was this dog. It's the last symbolization of what his wife gave him. And it's like, this is the last thing my wife ever gave me. You extra fucked up. Like,
He's a man at the end of his ropes. There's nothing
Yeah.
left.
well, there's that too, but it's also, this is the last thing my wife ever really left to me. And I always found that as like really compelling and really genuine and nice. And I always thought that was fucking great. You guys are
We're
spoiling the movie for Quentin.
Hey, don't
Hey,
talk about
name,
John Wick.
name,
Don't say that.
name.
Yeah,
You're
dude.
always in the
True.
chat. Hey, if you
True.
ever got a mic, and I know you just like probably being anonymous or whatever, but hey, if you ever see my shit going on right over here, you hit me up on X, and you want to come in and you got some words to say. But I mean, if you come in here sounding like a little lispy, whatever, we're gonna rag on you. But at the same time, we will also listen to you, brother. It's all good.
Name's got a future in being a Hollywood writer for like meme culture. He could write the next fucking Minecraft movie. All he does is
No,
throws out
no,
these
no.
awesome like
He's
memes that are funny.
What's great?
He's like,
What's great? He's
put those together.
he's like he plays both sides. Like
Yeah.
he shit talks and also battles against both sides. He's like
Like-
a perfect like the perfect troll you'd want, you know.
The
Like, but
chaotic
at the same time, yeah, chaotic neutral troll. There you go. It's good
Thank-
people. Like I actually appreciate him being around. But
But
at
that-
the same
that's what
time,
Hollywood-
I'm throwing out an olive branch to you that probably other streamers won't. That you can come on, and if you want to, you can hit me up on stream or on X at Gallows the Media. I will invite you on. That's what I do on my shit. I invite anybody on. If people disagree with me, come on. If you like coming on, even better, come on and just come agree with us. It'll be fine.
Be
Is
sure
that
to-
how
But
everybody?
I would appreciate like a couple like detractors if you got the balls to do it. Like
Go side.
I didn't know
retarded dog.
Rockefeller. I didn't know Rockefeller before he hit me up. I've seen him in the chat. He probably laughed a few times and he was like, "Hey, bring me on. Let's go." And he was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I've even seen him disagree with some of the stuff we've talked about. It's fine. That's how discourse is like found out through like all these mediums, especially on streams and stuff. It's like we don't know until we talk to each other, especially in person or whatever. Like this isn't face to face, but at the same time, hey, you're on my shit. Like also have a decorum when you come on here. Like, hey, you know,
Bring your
Yeah.
everything.
there's a couple like random things when you go onto streams. Don't drop random freaking N words. Like, I mean, I guess to be fair, unless you're black, like to be fair, if you're black, I mean, go off. But other than that, don't do that shit.
Well,
and then other than that, most people don't care. And
uh,
don't don't go off on some Jew tangent. Like I'm saying this as like someone who hasn't had this happen, but
Shit, sci-fi.
I haven't had
to talk about my guy. Like, why are you bringing me
so
on?
you
just
don't
took
use
every
the
cup
F
of table.
word either. I heard earlier in the stream.
well, I mean,
What
like
was
you
that?
came in here with the word
Yeah.
like you with your name is Ann D Jewishness, and I just didn't know what to do with it. I mean, it's blanked out. It blanked it out, but I can see it on my screen.
It's
No,
Yiddish.
no.
Andy, on your stream, you said you and Katie were talking about how it's like it says like the average person says it 170 times, the F word. And I heard it earlier on this stream. I was like, don't say that. YouTube does not like that word, and they will make sure that not only you're demonetized, that they don't push it through the algorithm.
Well,
I think you
I
were
can
just
confirm
somebody-
both of those
Which
things.
where is
because
it?
they're always
Is it
demonetized.
fair? Is it fair, fragrant, or faggot? I don't know.
There you go. You nailed it. Let's just put it like that.
It only took me 3 tries. That's crazy.
You're not monetized. It doesn't matter.
Anyway.
Something like Andy was talking about how like I forget what you
He's
said. the other day,
monetized.
Andy.
Look.
You said that you were
No, no.
describing the average person said it like 170 times. And I was like,
Yeah,
you're
they
like,
had
'cause you
that
have a
report
friend.
and it said that it had it's been said like it was something crazy. Yeah, it was something
Dude,
crazy.
I said I literally lost one viewer. I lost a faggot.
Once I heard you
and
say it, I
that's
said-
crazy.
Demonetized.
Hey, Andy, did Terrace
Anyways.
House tell you about the Everclear guy?
Hey, hold on.
But I saw you guys talking about him. What happened with this Jew?
What?
What happened with this dude? Like this Everclear guy? Because I keep hearing about this
He's a
mythical.
legend.
Yeah, what the fuck did he do?
I'll bring it up, but I'm going to bring on somebody else who's been actually a really good supporter of mine so far. He's dropped me all of his money, which is like at least fucking $8, which is great.
Yo, drop
But
it.
bam, we got Dr. John. Hey, you're muted. Make sure you unmute yourself before you talk. We got Dr.
What's up?
John, who is John Cusack.
John, what's up, man?
This
We got-
guy's
we got
awesome. What's
feedback,
up, brother?
okay.
How you doing?
What's going on, guys?
Echoing a little bit.
You're echoing now.
Oh, am I? Hold on. Let me,
Yes,
Hold on.
sir.
Turn off the screen.
I'm gonna mute
Echo.
it and I'll put it right back on.
Right on. Well, we got John Cusack from the chat. Like I said, I like to bring people in the chat not only to shame them and humiliate them, but also, in all honesty, dude, chat is king. The people from the chat are the most. They're literally the most legitimate. Not only criticism you'll get, but also it kind of will gauge what your opinion says about thing is based
Okay.
on
Do you have the stream on?
No, I don't.
something's echoing.
Hold on.
It's your microphone is being.
I mean,
picked
don't
up.
get me wrong. I like
No,
hearing myself, but
I'll restart. I'll be right back.
That might
all
work.
right,
Anticlimactic.
come on back. Well, John Cucksack just got cucksacked. So
Like we said earlier, microphone's hard, man. Getting the mic right sucks. That's one of the hardest things about streaming. If you can find it, if you just turn on your laptop stream and you got a great mic, you don't know what you know. It's hard getting these settings right sometimes.
That's half.
That's what it is.
it's literally half the battle. Like even with what I got going on, I thought I had a decent mic, and I have the same mic that before this one right here. It's kind of hard to see because it just blends in. It's all black, so it kind of just looks like I'm talking into the void. There's a mic right here, but I have the same one that like
watch him.
Leon uses or whatever. It's the same
DK
one.
Bones,
It's,
we need to get your mic right. I'll be watching you all the time, and it sounds like you sound like you're over here talking to yourself real low. I need you to get up in that mic and be like, "Yo, today we're watching this," you know. So
the biggest thing that I've learned is that every program that you use will use your default mic setting, and when you start using other programs to like fix your mic settings, like I use a noise gate, I use something else, like I use a couple of different programs like RTX, whatever. Like I use like 3 different things and they all combine into one. And if you use like whatever your settings is and you just click on your mic, it's going to give you just your basic mic and it'll sound like loud and it's going to take in all the different sound around you and it's going to sound crazy. But if you click on it, you find it'll give you like 7 or 8 different options because you have so many stupid fucking things open. You find that right option, all of a sudden your mic will sound usually pretty decent. It takes a minute. Like to find the right one. Also, every time you open that program, sometimes you got to do it again, which is a pain in the ass. But it's a possibility that may or may not help or may not happen to you. Yeah.
So, Andy, you want me to explain what happened?
Yes, please.
We were on stream. It was one of Cyfax's long, like 6-7 hour drunk streams, and some dude was like, he just jumped in the chat, jumped onto the stream, and apparently he didn't even join in from the chat. He joined in from StreamYard. He was just jumping from StreamYard to StreamYard. And the first thing he said was, "Yeah, we didn't even know, right?" He said, "Hey, do y'all drink?"
Oh, I know this story. I was there.
He popped open this bottle of Everclear, like huge on the screen, just shows it. And then he was just like so angry, like the entire time he was talking. And so when Cyfax was like, "Hey, I got to let you go because I'm bringing someone else on who's actually been in the chat," dude, he was so mad.
you should get an Everclear
so,
clip. The band, Father
dude,
of
okay,
Mine.
it's literally been talked about for the last like 2 or 3 streams that I've done, and it is funny because it just randomly happened. And the funniest part about it was when we asked him, it was like, "How did you find this?" He was like, "Oh, I was just scrolling through StreamYards," and I was like,
That's not how it works.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, how did you find my stream? He's like, I was scrolling through
Turn on
StreamYards.
notifications.
And it was like, and he's just sitting there like in an alley. Like he almost like set up a camera on the side of a dumpster or some shit. Like something you'd see in a movie is some guy just like giving his last confession before he goes to blow his brains out type of bullshit. He's just sitting there drinking the bottle and he's like, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
Sound like a StreamYard employee.
And then he's we're like, "Dude, how did you get on here?" He's like, "I just found it through StreamYards." And I was like, "Okay, you don't realize how much you need to explain that right now because nobody knows how to do that. That is not a thing." And he was just like, "Okay." And then like he just went off and like I was like, okay, yeah, let me bring on somebody else. But I'm now that so many people have made it a thing, I'm gonna go back to that stream. I'm gonna clip the shit out. I'm gonna make a clip out of it. Just
What if it's
every
just
time
a
somebody brings it
disgruntled
up, I'm
employee?
gonna bring something up. Yeah.
They're like, you know what? They're not paying
If
me
I,
enough.
like,
You know what? They're
I
taking all
need
these
I need to
people's
bring
money
up
every
like
month.
a
Drink and
call
hang out.
center call and be like, excuse me, hello, like, and then cut to him, be like, hey, what's up? Like, just like do some bullshit like that.
Remember, he didn't even know what our name was because he's like, "What's the name of this stream?" And we're like,
Dude,
"How
he
do you not
didn't know anybody here at all, and then he was just like, okay, yeah, and we were like, well, I was literally the only one nice enough to talk to the guy. Everyone else kind of shut their mouth.
You
Sorry.
told me this
Which-
was an exclusive stream, Cyphax, and you're letting homeless people in this fucker.
Hell yeah, man.
Dude, I let literally everybody on my first couple streams, which is crazy because also I'm letting everybody on my stream right now. Anybody want to come on?
Where'd Cucksack go?
I've never not let people on my streams. Like what I stopped doing was spamming it into the chat. Like if you've asked me and you've been on, I will send you a link. Or if you ask me to be on I'm trying to form my own little like a stream community, like everybody else probably has in their past too. But it's like, hey, it's all good. But at the same time, I still want other people's opinions. But hey, man, get in where you fit in, type of deal, or
I
whatever.
got a topic I want to talk about if you all are up for it.
Sure, Rockefeller.
What's up with them dire wolves, Andy?
Boo.
Oh, that's actually right up Andy's D list there for direwolves.
I figured I'd peek
You
his
can
interest.
see it in his title there. And
Yeah.
D as in and double direwolves.
Yeah,
They
bro.
missed a
I
colossal.
stumbled the shit out of that. But
They missed a colossal opportunity. And so we got 3 of them. If y'all don't know, they recreated dire wolves and brought them
They
back by
fucked it up real bad, but go ahead.
taking DNA, using, I guess, wolves to artificially inseminate. They brought back 2 males and 1 female dire wolf, right?
Mm.
They called the female Khaleesi, Game of Thrones, and the 2 males are
Romulus.
Romulus and Remus. That's a fucking failed opportunity. In
They
Game of Thrones, they have names.
they managed to name 0 of them an actual wolf from Game of Thrones.
Thank you.
0. You go Romulus, Remus, like respect, that's cool. But then you go fucking Khaleesi, which means mother of dragons. What
That's
the
not a fucking wolf.
fucking shit, bro?
how did you
They
not
should have
name them
named
Ghost? No. What's
Yeah,
Go-
well, like, yeah,
Was Ghost a
Nymeria,
female?
like,
No, or Nymeria?
yeah, like
Cyphax, that's the next batch, bro.
Everything I got written down, they should have went with Ghost number 1, and the female should have been, well, of the 3, Nymeria, Arya's. Boom, you nailed it. So how come us idiot YouTube incels can figure that out, but these scientists can be like, we should name it Romulus?
because George R. R. Martin did the writing and probably legitimately
you should name the first male Ghost. So when it impregnates the first female, it's like it's immaculate conception because it doesn't exist. You know, you could have had Jesus worshiping direwolves. Like it would have been crazy.
So
Dude, they're beautiful, man. They're fucking beautiful.
No, yeah, dude. That if that's as true as it looks, that's insane. And if I'm curious how big they actually really get.
They're like
Because-
60 pounds. Or 80 pounds at 6 months is something absurd, bro. They're gonna
Damn.
At 6, what?
Yeah, we did a whole stream with Zax about it. They're beautiful, but they're gonna be fucking huge.
So they're just all going to get
I mean,
inbred, right?
that's a menace. That's a menace to society, right there.
You hear
What
Quinn said?
No, what were you saying, Quentin?
Like they're all just going to get inbred, right? Because you got those 2 males, 1 female, and then when they breed, then then their kids are just going to breed. So
And not
So
the
they-
name.
they
In this
said that
gender
it's-
fluid 2025, who just said these 2 guys want the female?
Yeah. Well, they
Wow.
said that the
My bad, bro.
whole point is to draw attention to like actual native species, and it's like they admit it's pretty much a gimmick. But I'm thinking they'll just go ahead and make they'll breed more because they put it inside of like a dog.
Artificial insemination. They used whatever closest relative.
You did-
That's why everybody's like, why do you
that-
think about the T-Rex or the woolly mammoth? You can't really.
They talked about
They
doing
said they're
it.
gonna do the
That-
whole
that's
tiger.
something That's simply a white woman. That's simply a white woman in Compton. It's gonna get breeded. It's crazy. Like I don't know what's happening, but
I'm pretty sure a saber-tooth tiger is a bad
I
idea.
stick by that joke. Like
Here, I'll share this picture if you want to share it. He went
Yeah, like the
talking about
saber-tooth
George R. R.
tiger,
Martin.
like same as direwolves, these things all died out.
okay,
because
so
they-
just to be fair, you said you'll share this joke if I want to share it, and this
I
is the
think-
first thing that popped up. Here's
Hey!
John. Like
He's back.
that's the first thing that popped up.
Fresh off the
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is it
but
better?
You're loud, but it sounds like you're in front of like I don't know.
Cyphex,
A
just turn
swamp
his sound down a little bit. It'll probably stop it.
How do I do that?
Hold on, do I sound better?
His name.
I need.
You
need
sound
You
good.
sound good, but we still hear a little bit of echo.
If you tap
Hold
on,
on.
Not
you
from
can
you.
adjust our mics. So if I'm like way too loud, you can be like, "Hey, Rocks."
How do I sound now?
You sound
Sound good.
fine. It's actually, yeah, I think that might fix it
Yep.
because I
How
don't hear
about
us
that?
now.
That's it.
Is that good?
Talk, John. Talk real quick.
Talk,
John.
John?
Can you hear me?
Yep. Perfect.
All
Is
right.
that good?
That's good with me.
Hey,
You
that
get-
worked.
John, you get 1
Okay,
minute
okay.
to talk about Mantis. That's it.
So
No,
Mantis
no,
is
no,
probably
no. Hold on. No Mantis. We get direwolf puppies. What's up?
Yes. That's the
right.
female Khaleesi.
We'll remove that. Remove that. I don't want to say ban, but we'll kick it from the studio. Bam. All right, John.
Rockefeller's gone.
Oh my God. How did? Son of a bitch.
You kicked him, bro.
Bro, this
Rockefeller, come back.
Whoa.
I can't believe Cyphex is big timing
Whoa.
people. What the
I'm
fuck?
I'm
He acts
so
like you
good.
hate her.
In case you guys didn't know, I am the best streamer you guys have ever met.
Have you been drinking Everclear?
Hmm.
No, just straight vodka. Well, no, to be fair, there's a little bit of orange soda just because vodka kind of sucks.
What kind of orange soda?
Oh, the cheapest kind available.
Oh, like Shasta?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
He got it from Dollar General.
Oh, that's even worse.
This is a Fanta family.
The Fanta family.
When I
I'm more of a
say
Sunkist
my orange
guy.
soda, it literally says orange soda on the bottle.
Big K. Where'd you get that?
Big K orange soda. There you go.
Big K.
Bam.
Was that what was that
That-
from Ralph's?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it was like $1.25. So, if you ask if I go cheap, I go all the cheap. There we go.
That's why we need donations, guys.
Come on.
Mhm.
So, Andy, what were your thoughts on the Superman reshoots and then the Fantastic Four quotes that came out today?
Shit, Brew, I'm on my best behavior right now.
Rockefeller. Oh,
I'm-
wait.
I'm just
Rockefeller's back. What's up?
Quentin's baiting me.
Got
here.
kicked.
But no, like it's so funny because that's one of the most contentious things we've talked about on the channel, which is crazy because we talk mad stuff about everything. And when it came to Superman, all the people that like the other stuff we were saying, were like, bro, fuck you.
So
And
you buy
we
some
were-
more orange soda.
And so
I'm sorry. Somebody sent me $1 to replenish my $1 soda.
have you seen the
Hey,
replenish
share your
video?
link. Share your cash app. So people can send that.
Oh man. Well, dude,
Yeah, you should.
you know,
Penny-
you know
penny-
it's
penny to the
weird.
top.
Like, I don't know if I
Penny
can
to the
do it if I don't moderate, and I don't know how to moderate myself.
Well, you need to make some moderators then. Click on my
Yeah.
name. make
I
me a
don't know how to
moderator,
do
and I
that.
can share it for you.
Somebody teach me.
Tap on
I've
my
done
name.
like
Go over to my comment. Tap on my name. There's probably some 3 dots on there. Or Andy. You know Andy's legit. Make Andy do it. Andy could probably do it faster than I would.
I can't do shit. I'm not even on this channel.
Andy's like, don't look at me.
Don't lie. He's lying to you, Cyphex.
Bro, like I don't have a fucking wrench.
None of us do, man.
I don't
That
know
would be
how to
right.
do
What
it.
to do?
Somebody teach me.
To
Well,
be
you have
fair,
to do it.
Cyphex was asking me to show him how to split his window earlier, so he legit.
I'm that
Well-
stupid. I literally do not. I'm like, dude, I could probably build you a house. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong.
So every
Give
stream
me
you
some
show
wood
his comment.
and like what, like I can do some physical labor. When it comes
Every
to this
stream you
shit,
should either write like
I'm an
subscribe
idiot.
or like put your cash app and then you hit the 3 red
I've
buttons
I've
and
been
put-
trying to do that a little bit better, and honestly, it's been working. Like I've been getting a couple bucks here or there. That's great. I actually super appreciate all of it. but I need to I need to get into the grift harder. Also, what's interesting about it is I don't even have that many subscribers, and people actually are sending me like a couple bucks. That it literally blows my mind. Like,
What
so
up,
it's
Uncle
crazy.
T? How you doing? He wants to know if it's at Fago.
Teasing on?
Fago.
You don't fuck with Fago? You don't like the
Tease
St.
it
Clown
up!
Posse?
That's ICP.
That's a Midwestern thing, bro.
It's a soda that's brought alive. They have like all these crazy Riff Raff, Uncle T. You know Riff Raff, the crazy rapper from he
Dude,
always
I got
liquids
such a
and
great
flavors,
got such a
blueberry.
great fucking clip that I'm gonna make for T, but I haven't edited it yet. But it's perfect. I almost want to throw it out there, but then it won't be as effective when he sees it, or you guys will see it when he leaves the chat.
Is it just
Leave
like
the
a
chat.
clip of the
T.
pause button?
Oh my god.
Well, man, I was all prepared to talk about war movies, so
Yeah.
Let's talk about war movies. Let's go with that. Bam. Let's go.
We're
with
never
that.
going to get Andy's opinion on Superman now.
No, like Cypax interrupted me about his
Wow.
rift for orange soda, but it's cool. It's cool. I see how we do it around here.
You know, I don't know what you're talking about. Alex.
I bet you
Oh
he's
my
going to
god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It hurts so bad.
I told you not to use the, you know.
He would have just let Katie go, man.
I know this is bullshit, bro. He doesn't. I don't think he respects me.
Sexism, bro.
You know what's worse about that? I tried to fake that, and now it actually went up my nose. That shit sucked.
That's what you fucking get. You get what you fucking deserve.
Son of a bitch.
I think
that
he's up for
hurt.
Andy, and Cyphex is like, nah, fuck you, bro.
It's like it's his cue to talk whenever I open my mouth.
Pause.
Hey, Andy, say something.
Shut
Shut the fuck up. Like, all right.
Hey,
look,
Andy, you know what a
let's-
subway's called in South Africa?
What?
A mole train.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
right. I'm right, right?
I
I
actually
used
don't
to
know.
work with.
I don't know
Oh,
if
I
I've
used to
ever been
work
on a
with the-
subway in
There are no
So-
subways in South Africa, but they had a name for it. That's
That's
what I was
pretty-
told by a bunch of South Africans when I worked in the Netherlands.
You know what we call traffic lights? Do you guys call them in the Netherlands this too?
Go ahead.
Robots.
Gator.
No, they don't call them robots.
And so when you give directions, you like take a left at the robots, and people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
I'm actually surprised it's so close, given it's a 400-year gap between, Dutch and Afrikaans. It's actually kind of amazing.
That's what illiteracy will do for
I'm
you.
actually more impressed that he progressed from a 400-year gap that quickly,
I'm still 200 years ahead of you, Cyphex.
which is even crazier because I'm fucking retarded. But
Can't
I can
Cyphex-
swing a hammer better than you. I'll give
Bro,
I'll give
I don't know.
myself that.
I'm pretty
No,
handy.
no, no.
Chief.
I can kill myself way quicker. It's insane.
That's it. Vegas, we're having a hammer off.
We're off.
I'm bringing my
Wow.
Milwaukee
You know
hammer
what?
over so you can hammer the most nails. I won't have my carpentry skills fucking slandered. It's not gonna go down like that, Big Chief.
To be
Oh, I thought you-
fair, which could be crazy.
That's not the
is when
hammer
I
off
can
I was
throw a
thinking.
hammer in the side of my without looking, flip it in many directions and catch it. You're gonna be pissed off, man. But at the
honestly,
same time, I'll let you smash me in the head because I think I should lose anyways. But
Andy already looks like the most famous carpenter there is.
I do. I style myself after my hero.
Yeah, he looks like my brother.
Yeah. Before you were here, Cucksack, Cyphex was talking mad shit about the Jews, but I was locking it down for us, big guy.
all right.
I'm used to it.
So
don't
so
worry.
what is the Jew from South Africa who moved all across every continental possible
Bro,
place
don't you
ever?
know we wander? Don't you know shit about our culture?
Yeah, apparently for 40 years. Where did you end up?
Well, as you know, I'm 52, about to turn 53. So
Yeah,
you
you
know, at
haven't even
13,
made it. You literally haven't made it to your promised land yet. How do you feel about your journey so far?
Well, they
At
did.
this rate, yeah,
It's 40 years, man. 40 years in the wilderness. You
yeah.
didn't know that? It's in the Bible. It's kind of,
He hasn't made it to 40 years yet. He has 8 more years to
50,
go.
52
He's about
years
to come
old.
to Vegas, and that might literally change everything.
I don't
Vegas
think
does have a
Vegas-
golden calf.
Yeah.
Also, might just uppercut him out of respect. Like
I didn't know Cyphex was such a Judaist.
Yeah.
Judaism.
I don't give a shit. Like, what are you?
Yeah,
talking
but you keep bringing it up. You tell me you don't give a shit. But before we came on the stream, you were questioning how Jewish I was.
Dude, I didn't care, and then fucking John here brings it back up, and I gotta slide back into the
Mhm.
conversation.
And then you don't let Andy
Oh
talk
my
about
God.
Superman. I mean, dude,
Superman is a representation of Moses.
Written by two Jews.
your Judaistness is showing, Cyphex.
You guys, literally, all three of you just talked about Jews before you talked to me.
Is
What
that
the
true? I
fuck are
didn't know
you
that.
talking about?
Wow, so now you're putting it on us. That's
You
deflection.
want me to clip it and throw it back? I'll do it.
I can see there like the
I'll
religious
put, I'll put
aspect.
a I'll put a
Superman, but
remix and some
Yeah,
fucking music.
They've
behind
gone
it.
over that. Superman is like a representation of Moses. He gets
Gee,
exiled
I
from
would say
his
Jesus
land.
Christ, but I
He
think that
goes
would be
across,
fucking
goes
blasphemous.
across the galaxy to be in a new home.
Cyphex,
There's a
I
lot
think
to
that Dad has our back, bro.
It's cool now you
You're-
said, as you get older and you get into religion, it's cool being like, wait a minute. So this guy that I thought was like faster than a speeding bullet is like a representation of similarities. You know what I mean? You can see it as it's
That's my
perspective.
problem actually with the way the last guy did Superman. He made him more like Jesus, but he's
Uh-huh.
more like Moses. That's the idea behind Superman.
That
is-
when you said it, I was like, I thought Zack Snyder made him like he was like God.
yeah, that was
what I was
that
like-
was a mistake.
So,
He's more like
said
Moses.
There's
Yeah,
a
That sounds
J
better to
word
me.
on the panel. What do you mean by a J word on the panel? What do you mean by that? What are
A
you talking
gesture.
No,
A
A
Jamaican.
gesture?
Dan's hands.
A
He's worried
Judaist.
about there's too many
That's you.
Jamaicans in this country, is what he's talking
about?
about.
A Judaisser of like I don't know.
I got my
Fun times.
Israeli. I got my.
So Andy, you were saying that
A
it's the
Judicar?
most
Like,
bipolar or polarizing topic on your channel.
Yeah, because we just talk about whatever we think about everything, and people like when we have criticisms of everything until it's something James Gunn related, and all of a sudden people just didn't want to hear shit. And we said, like, hey, like Warner Brothers is glazing this film hard. They like because of like the situation with Warner Brothers, and we even said it's not even a James Gunn thing; it's a Warner Brothers thing. And when the first reports came out, we were like, hey, we had heard that it didn't go so well, and that they were going to do reshoots. And James Gunn's like, they're not reshoots, they are pickup shots. And we're like, that translates into their reshoots. But James Gunn's weird audience has made up this thing where because he's infallible, he can't possibly need reshoots. And we said, by the way, you should want him to do reshoots if it makes the film better. Like, that's a stupid standard to be like, you can't touch it, it has to be perfect first time. Like, and so then on Film Thread the other day, as you know, Quentin, it came out they are fucking reshoots. And so we're just waiting for all the people in the chat. We've messaged them like, so about those reshoots. But yeah.
I mean that's why I go on a Film Thread or not Film Thread. I'm sorry. Hold My Dual Shock, because I mean they know that I like to confront all these ridiculous people by also not saying anything because I have no time to ever say anything against them. I mean it's a fantastic thing. No, like to be fair, like everybody else, I feel like their mics cut through way better than mine do. If I'm being honest.
I think everybody's tired. We all know. I don't think we all know. We're tired of this
that's the
highly
other
pumping
thing.
out.
People already know what is going on, and then when you have 9 people like relatively saying the same thing, and then one person pushing against it, it gets like old, and then sometimes it gets it's like, do you want to watch one person fight 9 people? Like that can be fun or whatever, but like
I wish he didn't have so much riding on his shoulders. If we didn't have so many shitty films building up to this, it wouldn't be like,
No,
I need one fucking film to make me hopeful, and it's got to be this one right here. It's like, if we had 3 films that were good up to this, it'd be like, if it's cool. If not, we wouldn't go into it.
yeah. And
High
I
expectation.
And as
You know,
bad as
and
the
y-
news is for it, it's so
As
much
bad as
worse
the
for
news going-
Fantastic Four. It's
Yeah,
so much worse.
You're right, John. That's all we're hearing is negativity. It's like when
Because
DA
we
was
know
came out to some
Fantastic Four
happy
is
gonna
about
be terrible.
dog, good.
You know,
Yeah, it's gonna be
actually, that's actually that actually is a better topic than what I was going to go into. Like, do you guys actually feel like what you hear is nothing but negativity? Because what I feel that I personally hear, hear, it's not negativity. It's like like
Criticism. Whatever you call it.
it's criticism, but if it's a positive criticism to where what I would want it to become. So if you want to look at that as a negativity, fine. And I guess you could look at it like that.
DA did
But
it best. He criticized it, but he was also
thanks.
call
out DA while you're on my show. Fuck you.
But
Hey, you want to get kicked? No, DA did it best. He's
You know,
not here.
He stopped to give a nod to the dog and be like, people can relate to this. Now it's a shit part, I'm worried about this, but there is, the dog part was cool. A lot of people are always just saying this looks stupid, this looked dumb, this looked awful, but never acknowledging the one thing that they did like about it. Minecraft movie is a perfect example. If you watch that, I'm willing to say that Chicken Jockey, I didn't understand, but you've heard me say probably 4 times now, coming in hot was my favorite fucking part. And there's got to be at least one part that maybe you liked. If you couldn't look at Jason Momoa and laugh one time,
something like that, I actually can't relate to because I didn't actually watch.
I watched it. And I thought there were funny parts.
I didn't watch the movie, and I don't relate to any of the Minecraft stuff at all. But overall, what was going down with a lot of this stuff is they're not caring about like the overall. I don't know. The way that people are taking in so many of these like ideas that are coming in, and they're not pushing them. Sorry, I'm like rambling, but Jesus Christ, man.
Let me just tell you about this little thing I had happen to me at Target the other day. So I bought a.
Guys are jumbling up my shit because 3 people are talking. I'm trying to respond to like 3 different people.
No.
I understand why hosting is a in the ass.
It's hard, but I'll be fast. So this guy, I was buying 2 toys. One was the Batman with Ace, which is his dog. The other one was a 1940 Superman with the original S on it and everything from McFarlane Toys. And I collect those. And so I was talking to the guy. He's like, that's Batman? Because he just assumed Batman was always black. And this guy was like 18, 19. He had no clue that Batman was ever gray and blue. He just didn't. He couldn't believe it. He's like, "That's not Batman. Batman wears black." It was funny, but that's the typical guy. So if you view it from that standpoint, the guy that's gonna go see Superman. Oh, I love the dog. I'm gonna go see that movie. There you go. They don't care about the lore. They don't care about the background. They don't care about Crypto, what kind of dog he is. They just don't care about that kind of stuff. They're like, "Oh, Superman has a dog." There you go.
Yes, he's got a big shoulder and a wide range of audience he has to nail. James Gunn got a tough job. That's why if anybody could say, I think this part looks good, and if we can get one more person that was going to be in the seats to help motivate this movie theater to build back up, like Trump building the economy.
Yep.
We need to do that.
Okay.
Hey, I want to hear what Quinn Edwards has to say.
Quinn, you got the last word before I literally changed the subject because I literally had another topic that I guess we barely got the first topic, but I actually have another topic that is in the title. You guys can guess it. It's in the fucking title. It's the first word of the title. Think about it for a second. Quentin, go ahead and say what you're going to say. I'm going to go use the bathroom. I'm listening. I still have headphones in while I'm using the bathroom. Go ahead and say what you're going to say, and I'm going to come back, and then we will go on about what you're going to say.
I was just going to say that, like, these previews that we've had don't really show Superman being super, and I think that's where the problem is. It's possible that James Gunn does a good job. I did enjoy Guardians 1 and Guardians 2, and that's about all I've enjoyed from James Gunn, but it is what it is. So he could do a good movie, but from what he's shown me, all he's shown me is his dog, because it's a self-insert. I know Superman's had a dog in the comics, but really, this is because James Gunn has a dog and he wanted to put it in the movie. Yeah. So I want to see Superman be Superman. That's what I want.
But wouldn't the dog make him more relatable to a general audience that really doesn't know Superman or the lore?
I would say that that's been the biggest problem with Marvel. Marvel was awesome when they first and foremost appealed to, fans of the comics who bridged the gap to general audiences who didn't know enough either way to make up their minds. They were just captivated by good storytelling, unique storytelling. And then all of a sudden they're like, how do we merchandise this thing so that you can come in simultaneously with no knowledge of the comics, because we're going to supplement with our own like mini universe. And that's when the comic fans are like, we diverge too far from the tones that made those comics successful in the first place. And then, you know, from there, you end up with, you know, this latest stage of the MCU where you had none of the hardcore fans. And like, you know, from consumer, you know, spending, your like early influencers, your, you know, 10, 20% of your most hardcore fans, the ones that like wait in line for stuff. Those are the ones that drive revenue. They give you your best reviews and what's not. And so they inform a lot of the opinion and their tastemakers. When you don't have that, it's always going to be an uphill battle. And having that solidified base, people always try and downplay like it's not enough that you need general audiences. But if you open up to like a 200 million opening weekend because you're hardcore comic fans, you know, who see the themes that they want to see go and show for this movie, people will go see a film that made $200 million open weekend. They don't go see a film that makes 14, 20, 60 million because they're like, oh, it's not very good. People didn't go see it. And it's just inherent confirmation bias. And I have no sympathy for Hollywood for not navigating that better with all the tools at their disposal.
And Cuck-ask, I would argue that Superman, that what makes him so special is that he's not relatable because he's because he's what people aspire to be.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
like you said,
that would be the point of view of the other guy. So is Superman a man from Krypton, an alien, or is he a man that grew up in Kansas?
Well, like I was saying, he's a, you know, kind of an allegory from Moses. So he's a leader, but you know, Moses also was ostracized from the tribe. You know?
Yes,
like,
but Moses was always a son of, you know, he was always, you know, he was never going to be. He was a son of Israel, and he was going to lead because God told him that. So he had a higher purpose. Superman had a higher purpose too, but at the end of the day, he was a man that was raised in Smallville. And I think, why can't I think of his name? The last guy, he forgot about that. Zack Snyder completely forgot about that. That he's a kid from Smallville. And the death of Papa Kent was so terrible in Man of Steel. The whole idea is to show Superman that there is mortality, and he didn't show that at all. He's like walks into a freaking tornado.
Well, he was in a tornado. I mean, the whole point of stop, Rockefeller. I'm gonna hit you with what you're probably about to talk about, anyways.
No,
Just,
Paul Kent.
He might like so. Yeah.
Hey, Cyphex, these two Jews kept bringing up Moses, man.
Which ones? I'm gonna ban them immediately. Quentin, you're gone. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
When T said, you know, forget that dog. Number one, this is what I was saying earlier. James Gunn's got a hard job.
Did he say forget Superman? That dog? Because all he said was that dog is fucking dope.
He's got like,
hold on. Hold on. We
now know it's real.
Hold on.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Give me 2 minutes. You
handle it. You like, I don't know. I use wireless headphones. I can still hear you guys talking shit. It's all good. So if you see me leave the screen, I'm still fucking hearing you, motherfuckers. At the same time, I will come back and immediately kick you into the top position of shit talker. Like, no, it's all good. I don't give a shit. Yeah. But look, so like, I think most of us and most people would agree, like, the reason of like John Kent kicking the bucket over a heart attack is important is because it gives Superman one of the first like obstacles in his life that he can't solve with his superpowers. It's a natural thing that happens and he cannot solve it, and he realizes that is a natural course of life, and there's nothing that his superpowers doesn't matter. It basically starts to prove that he's not God. That is the most important thing for him to realize. Play devil's advocate, but look, for the original storyline and everything, let's just say that, and then go ahead and play devil's advocate, you fucking asshole. And he's usually actually good at this, and also, like, I'm gonna see you in a week, so I might
get punched in the nads. I know it. He's gonna punch me right.
Nah, you might be taller than me, but it's like whatever.
I'm a 5'7". I'm a short king.
Nutbuster.
You're
Ah.
5'7"? Bullshit.
5'7".
I'm exactly 6 foot, but also I don't know. I've done construction for 20 years. I'm weak, I swear.
But no, I was gonna say, if you actually look at, if you like that narrative of there's something he can't solve with his superpowers, you achieve the exact same outcome.
It's not the narrative. It's what's in the fucking. For one, it's in the books. It's with
Okay,
it's
but look,
within with every.
So, for instance, if you read
Okay,
like
wait,
any
wait,
of the
wait.
Elseworlds,
I'm gonna
like
throw all
Red
this away
Sun,
and let you give you. I'm gonna
Let
give
him
you
cook,
your
bro.
narrative.
can I go?
Sorry. I was just. Sorry, I was just. I don't know. Being
Interrupting.
the kid of my channel. I'm sorry.
It's not my channel. You can interrupt as much as you want.
I should be able to do what I want, motherfucker. And you
Yeah.
can shut me the fuck up all the time.
No, so it's an Elseworlds. And so if there's one criticism of what Snyder did with Man of Steel, which I think is a great film, is it wasn't explained that we had just had Superman Returns, which is a continuation of, Christopher Reeve's Superman. And like people did not
that
care.
was a continuation?
It was a direct continuation.
Yep.
Direct. And people did not care for it. And at the
That's why I
time,
did.
it was felt that that tone no longer
From-
matched what the world felt.
Bullshit.
Bro, it's directly. Go look it up.
And it's funny that you're saying that side facts. Nobody
From
realized.
fucking which one?
after 2.
After 2. Oh, yeah. Now you have to specify one.
No,
out
they
of 4?
ditched 3 and 4. I'm pretty
Yep.
sure. Look it up. I could be wrong. It could be
that's
after 1.
convenient.
You're right.
Let's just forget 3 and 4. Let's forget
Yeah,
that.
because 3 and 4, when we take off the rose tinted glasses, were films.
And they were by somebody else, a different director.
Yeah.
So they're trying to.
And again,
Rudy.
to the point of Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers, we all like Donner's Superman. Warner Brothers wouldn't let leave that guy alone. This is a Warner Brothers problem. They interfere with everything. But
Dude, how many times you got to fucking tiptoe through the tulips with these motherfuckers before you realize that they're doing shitty jobs with all this fucking shit? I'm sorry.
and that's what I'm saying.
Get
It's
the fuck out of here with
fool
this.
me once, shame on you. Fool me 20 years straight, shame.
yeah. Shame on me and my fucking ancestors.
And
Get
that's
the
all I'm
fuck outta
saying
here.
is, people, by the way, if you hate Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, ask yourself why
Dude,
that
you know what's
studio
crazy?
ran with that
I
idea.
don't.
No, or like, let's just say to the people who do not like Zack Snyder's DCEU, like they don't like the tone of that. You're
I
talking about
actually
putting
don't.
faith in the studio that let them run with that for over a decade, and nobody's changed. Nobody got fired. And we think that they all of a sudden now they understand how to run a studio. It's
and reuse plans too.
I'm
What's
actually
that?
more curious.
And reuse
I'm more curious how they deal with someone like me who is like, I actually didn't mind with what they did with basically everything they did, other than like a Wonder Woman 84. Like I didn't mind most of what happened. I didn't mind most of what happened overall. Like I don't actually mind that. And then to be like, okay, I'm actually curious what they're gonna do with James Gunn stuff, because I like most of what James Gunn. Like I'm someone in the middle, and like I understand where it seems like it's like, oh, you're just a fucking fence sitter or some bullshit, and it's like, no, dude. I understand where both these people are kind of coming from, and I've liked roughly both of their visions. I hope they find a middle ground or some shit.
But
Like,
there's
I
no
hope
middle
they
ground
do.
because they're comics. Think about
Why
this.
the fuck not?
Because they're comics. You don't do middle ground with comics because every comic
Dude,
also
run
middle-
is its own.
Comics are all about middle ground. They literally will destroy a fucking storyline.
Definitionally, that's not a that's nobody
not a comic book.
yields. A
Yep.
metaverse is two competing ideas saying they're not going to yield. Let's
Dude,
mash them
you're
together.
talking about absolutes versus like
That's what comics are.
possibilities.
That's what makes them comics, by the way.
Yep.
Is that
Oh
everybody
my
can
God.
have their own run. Look at the difference between each run of Superman. Each, like, for instance, so
Dude,
if
you know
somebody
what's
has
crazy, like I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, I can still justify where the fuck I'm coming from.
did you
And
like
that-
Peacemaker?
Hit him with the definition of it, huh?
Actually, you know what? I did not.
Okay.
I enjoyed watching it.
Did you have a problem?
Overall, Overall, I did not like it.
Did you have a problem with Peacemaker existing?
Yes, actually, I did.
Why?
Because it like went against his whole character from the first time we saw him.
Yes.
So-
In movie form.
Okay.
In movie
from
form, he
comics.
was-
In comics, he's a pacifist.
No. Look. I'm going just from
the
movies.
continuity of the movie.
I'm not. Look, I will wholeheartedly, and I have no problem saying I'm not a comic connoisseur, and I will not be able to be like the episode or fucking comic book number 157 at a blah blah blah. I don't have that in my my repertoire of like saying bullshit. I have no problem saying that. That's not a problem to me.
His demeanor.
will
for the movie
say
and show.
What I saw based on the movie that I saw him in versus the TV show I saw him in, he's a completely different fucking character. And it
Mhm.
doesn't make any sense.
That little
that's-
ninja kid
that's-
would never beat
that,
up the
for
movie
me,
version.
As far
Okay,
as that
Yeah.
timeline goes,
It was
I'm
funny.
a normie compared to like as far as that timeline goes, I'm a fucking normie, and that's the timeline that's been given to me, and that's what I'm given. And I feel like maybe I might be more informed because I maybe do shit like this or whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. That's what the fuck I've been given, and that's what the fuck I'm going off of. And none of that shit actually fucking lines up. As
So
far as
you-
that goes, will I say kind of like how Katie just said Minecraft is entertaining? Fucking that show is entertaining. It is entertaining. Does it actually fucking line up to what we just saw before the first time we saw him? Absolutely not.
So
So,
on this
no.
topic right here of continuity of Peacemaker not being the same, we know we got this Supergirl movie coming after this, so I'm gonna bring it all back here, and I want to talk
Stupid as
about
fuck. Stupid as fuck.
who's producing it.
No clue.
Who's it can't be
Well,
James
Garrett-
Gunn can't produce every single DC film. We know
Well,
that,
he's
right?
he's
So-
an executive producer guaranteed.
But that's half the reason the Marvel, Andy, you'd agree, why the Marvel Cinematic Universe worked, right? Because the Guardians were his characters. So when they came into Avengers, he wrote the
No,
way that
what
they're
what he
fucking
did, like
and
he
comedy.
literally wrote the Infinity Saga in full. Like he wrote like the basic game plan
There was a
of
lot
how
of
it all.
chefs in that kitchen.
I
Sure,
actually
sure.
think the Guardians coming into the overall continuity was my least favorite part of the entire MCU. Because I
If you
like
think
them as
about it,
standalone
if you think
films,
about it in the long run, yes. But if
and
you think
it
about
killed
it
Star-Lord's
as
character arc.
singularities, like those things were fucking. They were great movies. They're great standalone movies.
And
How
I
much
don't
they
think things
actually
were improved by having Peter Quill be the
No,
reason.
like
that they
the only
fucking-
reason that they were brought in is because they brought in the space element and the cosmic element. Like,
but they were
that's it.
also like
And
the
they should have
third-
brought in someone like Nova, and then they should have brought so many other people in way earlier.
that was
but they
also like the
didn't.
third team of the universe being introduced. He's introducing the first person in this universe, Superman. So he also has to introduce upcoming Supergirl film, which is the dog, Green Lantern, which is gonna probably die, which so we can introduce the
Hey,
future
what's up,
Green Lantern
John?
projects. We got to introduce.
What's
He's
up?
got a. That's what I said. There's a lot riding on this than just Superman. That's what I don't want to see that dog. That's for the next movie. That's an end credit scene or to get you hyped up for soon to be.
Oh my god,
Rockefeller kicked himself.
dude!
I kicked myself
No,
too. Just on the keyboard.
No! I kicked the fucking video, and is it a video he put out there? Dude, Rockefeller, Jesus Christ, Rockefeller, join back on. I didn't kick you. There's a video. I was trying to kick the excess bullshit that's on here. That wasn't even. Oh my god!
Rockefeller.
I
was
have no idea
like,
how
like,
StreamYards works.
Get out of here.
Oh
We're
my
gonna-
god!
We're gonna have
No,
a sit down StreamYard intervention for sci-fi.
Rockefeller, no, hold on. Here we go. Sorry, Rockefeller. I didn't kick you. It was maybe it was something you put on the screen, and I kicked that, and it kicked you both. at the
Yeah,
same
when you
time.
every time you get rid of my pictures, it kicks me. I guess.
Is that what it is? Okay,
Yep.
okay. So, hey, look. If anybody puts on a picture, let me know. He probably said it, and I just fucking
It
blasted.
was a picture
over.
of Superman trailers. That way, you know.
It was
people know what
like
we're
a
talking
super.
about.
It
You can
looked
bring
like
back.
Superman or Superwoman. Yeah,
Yeah.
let me know, and then let me know, and then because
Rockefeller,
apparently
you were
I've
cooking
been
too hard,
kicking
bro.
people left and right. But
What was that, Quentin? I hear you.
I say you were cooking too hard.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was
yeah,
just cooking it.
no, he was killing. I was like, dude,
The Matrix can't
Rockefeller.
handle it.
He's too into the sauce. Nobody knows what he's talking about, and fuck
Yeah.
this guy. No,
But everybody
I
does. You know what I mean?
clearly only invite people on here that I want to kick out of spite.
Yeah. Rockefeller, your smoke's too
That's-
tough. Your
that's-
bitches are too bad. They will
That's
kill
what
you.
I
bad,
do
bro, my
over there.
bad.
And like, if you haven't been on my channel, that's what I do. I'm like, hey, you want to come on? You're
better
gone.
learn the system,
Like,
bro.
it's,
I loved your G20 review today, but I wanted Andy to review it.
Yeah, that's
haven't
another
seen
thing.
it.
I watched it, but I haven't even
look,
seen that
look.
movie.
I'm
I
not
haven't
gonna
seen the
lie.
preview for
The
it.
best part about my G20 review is the first clip, and I make that specific just so it's like, look, I know my reviews aren't super like enthusiastic or whatever, because a lot of these things that I'm reviewing, they suck, and it's hard to get enthusiastic about them and be like, guys, this is terrible. Have you ever seen how fucking terrible
She's-
this is? And
She's
it's
still in
like,
DCU, right?
how? Oh
He was
my
so
god!
excited about being
no,
awful.
She's the
no,
DCU
it's like
character.
how long
she's
can
fun.
you do that and then fake being terrible? Like the thing about being online is being, authentic. And it's like, if I'm being authentic, I'm like, this sucks, whatever. What I can get out of it is I can usually get a funny clip out of it, and usually I throw it in my first like 20 seconds of a clip, and if I can get away with playing some funny music into it and like clip it together, great. That's perfect for me. And I know like Hold My DualShock has gotten to the point where they're like, they just play whatever the fuck they want. They don't give a shit. I am not gonna lie. I would like to the point where like I want to get monetized and actually possibly get paid for my shit.
You're trying to get
It's-
good at this.
No. Well, you would think that, but then you look at my videos and be like, well, you're doing a terrible fucking job. So,
Well, join me this weekend possibly, and I'll show you how I do the introductions and transitions without kicking you off the stream the whole time you do it.
Yeah.
I'll let you,
Well,
share
hey,
pictures
man.
and actually share.
next weekend, fine. This weekend, I'm gonna probably be. Well, I'll probably be on some of these guys.
Anybody
streams
wants
in
to
the
join me?
background, drunk
me
as
one of
shit,
those.
being like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm gonna be like falling into, I don't know, some random pond somewhere. It'll be great.
Rockefeller, are you in New York or something?
I'm at East Coast.
Okay,
North
so you are on
Carolina.
the East Coast. Man, it's late. Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's early depending on how you look at it.
Oh,
Hey,
that's-
Andy, I got a question, man.
Yes, sir.
Where is Gamora?
Oh, Gamora. So where's Gamora?
That's correct.
You talking about what happened with the third film?
Man, you totally missed it, bro.
I don't know what's happening. Yeah, it probably went over my head.
But I'll go on, Rockefeller.
Yeah, I'm about
Way-
to say,
way
I
over
think
your
I got
head.
you on there. So
Did Rocket make out with that mink or that little seal in the freaking
Sea Otter?
third-
Or whatever
Yeah,
that
sea
is?
otter. Yeah, I think they did it
I didn't see 3. I didn't. That's one part I didn't see.
with the. She had like weird legs or something like that.
Yeah, she had no arms and stuff. I think it was
Yeah.
platonic. It
It'd
was
be like
like
watching Helena.
So I have a question for everybody here on the panel, which is simply, look, we've been talking about villains and whatnot, and what do you think is, I don't want to say the worst villain, but the most right villain, like the villain that you've seen come about, and not just Thanos, outside of Thanos. Because Thanos, it sounds very right, and then whatever. Like I just saw a movie where
Only rest.
I thought actually the villain was relatively right. What is a movie you seen that was like with the villain actually had like a? It's not just a decent purpose, but it's like the purpose was actually like you could actually
Relatable?
get behind it. Yeah, relatable purpose for a villain.
Hades and Hercules, man.
Hold on. Let's go with Andy. Andy, what is your most relatable villain that was like right when you heard that what the reasoning was and everything? And you were like, this actually makes sense.
it wasn't
and-
one person, but like do you remember that movie Elysium with
Yes.
and I,
There's Matt Damon.
yeah, and I like the film as like an action film, but the idea of they like tried to do this whole egalitarian thing, but they already said that they didn't have enough resources, and so it's like if people are talking like, oh, it's like it's fucked up because they're rich, which you can talk about that, but realistically, you had to view that society in the sky as more like a seed ship that was gonna like keep art and whatnot safe, and so we just forego all that. It's like, I'm not saying it's an easy answer, but I thought that was pretty crazy. I thought it was a message that didn't land.
Yeah, it didn't. I mean, technically the movie didn't land either, but yeah. Quentin, what do you think about that?
Hades Hercules, man. That dude got the shaft from his brother from the get go. Stuck having to watch the underworld on a 24/7 job while everybody else kicks it at Mount Olympus, and all he's trying to do is keep Hercules from being in the way for him to take over Mount Olympus.
Funny thing is, he's not a bad guy in mythology, like at all.
No, he's actually the keeper of like almost like peace. Like he's actually a peacekeeper.
It's just another realm.
Yeah, he's like a peacekeeper of like a certain realm that he got designated to, and it's all the worst people.
Because then we're gonna talk about Hercules killing Megra. It's not like let's just keep it to the movie, man.
Yeah, they left out the part where he like gets drunk and slaughters his family.
Well, which movie? There's plenty of Hercules movies.
The 12 acts of
Hercules, bro. That's the best Disney animated movie there is.
It's pretty. I would give you that. It's pretty high up there. Rockefeller, what do you got on that?
It's easy, man. I would say Vader, Star Wars. He was sold a bunch of lies, right? Wasn't he like a misunderstood villain? Because the only reason what he really wanted to do was learn the dark side to save Padme, right?
Yeah, but that's the path to the dark side.
But he already killed Padme.
Because he was being
he kind of accidentally killed Padme through his
he was
bullshit.
Also, actually, he didn't.
He didn't. He was lied to. Everything. He's being manipulated by
Sidious.
Everything. He's lied to so it's just he knows he's a kid that's really heartfelt, really passionate, and he can use that. If he turns that passion upside down, it can be the opposite, and that's what he's doing. He's just lying to him the whole time.
Someone in the chat just said Vader enjoyed killing children.
He enjoyed it.
The Youngling Slayer 9000.
You're breaking my heart.
He seemed a little reluctant.
That's kind of true. That's kind of true. I mean, at the same time, no, that's a good choice. So on the last one here, we got Dr. John or John Cuxack.
Oh, it's
what's
easy.
up, brother?
You could name a lot of people. I was just thinking of but the one I can think of that's most recent and most pressing is Falcon is the bad guy and U.S. Agent is the good guy in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Good take. Hey, Cyfax, turn Cuxack's volume up just a smidge if you don't mind.
I mean, it's pretty obvious that Falcon is the bad guy. Winter Soldier is the bad guy. U.S. Agent is the good guy.
Or is that too loud?
Much better, yeah.
He's the reasonable one. Falcon and Winter Soldier are ridiculous. They're absurd. They're narcissists. They ally themselves with narcissists. U.S. Agent got upset. John Walker got upset. Captain America got upset because they killed his best friend, who was a righteous U.S. soldier. He was a U.S. soldier. They're both U.S. soldiers that were doing their duty for their country. They weren't doing it for glory or anything else. They committed great acts of basically destroyed his life by giving him the injection. I mean, he'll never be the same. I mean, you sacrificed yourself to your country, and both of them did. One with their life, one with basically their quality of life. And they're not thanked or acknowledged, except we have some Falcon guy who does none of those things. He does none of the things that are hard. He does nothing but whine and bitch, and he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But he's black though.
What do you think? Like, okay,
he is
with that going on. Like, so obviously we talked about like legacy style movies, something that's, I don't know, stood the test of time or whatever. What is like a single point movie, like a movie that is like stands the test of time to you, that actually kind of has the same properties, where it's like the bad guy actually kind of has the right point of view, even though the good guy kind of wins, but you're like, oh man, like you still like the good guy winning, but the bad guy actually fucking comes out on top because of the actions. Can you think of one like that?
Life X is a good
Ozymandias.
example, bro.
Well, I would say this. I was thinking
I
this
finally
movie.
rest.
I was thinking this movie earlier when Quentin brought up James Woods in Hercules, because James Woods is awesome, and follow him on X all the time. He's a great guy, and he was in a movie called Casino, and in this movie Casino, he was the bad guy. He was essentially a drug user, a drug dealer, and he was giving Sharon Stone, who was the wife of the why am I brain farting so late right now? The main guy in that movie, the guy that's all like
De Niro.
De Niro. He wants to sleep with, Trump, whatever. Anyways, he was, well, it's obvious that's what he wants. But so he's obviously the bad guy in the film. He does nothing but bad things. He in the movie completely. He killed his best friend.
He's a bad influence on Sharon Stone. It's
Yeah,
obvious.
But James Woods is presented as the ultimate bad guy. He's a user, abuser, but James Woods is just surviving. And she wants to be with James Woods. And, De Niro's stopping that because it's ridiculous. So they want to be together. De Niro's stopping it because, selfishness, ego, narcissism. And, man, let those two do drugs and be happy. And instead he kills them. For what? Because he was fucking your girl better than you? That's pathetic.
I can go over on the tail of that. So mine is Forrest Gump. Jenny, if she wasn't
Is the bad guy.
She's the bad guy. If
Yeah,
she
she
wasn't
is.
such a bitch to Forrest and always fucking leaving him in a situation, he'd never do half the amazing things he did in his life. Because he's like, you know what? Bitch left me again. Might as well go run fucking 100 miles. Bitch left me. Might as well go meet the president. So everybody thinks, oh, it's a great movie. She's a villain, and without half the mean things she did to Forrest, he would never be the successor that he is.
Her apathy drives the movie, basically.
It does. Her rude. And nobody ever thinks about it until you say that. You're like, yeah, she's a mean woman.
That bitch is.
That bitch is cold. And she died of AIDS at the end.
Yeah, I don't want to hear she had trauma. You know what? Forrest had trauma. So, we all have trauma.
He ran across the country a couple
You
times.
don't push it back on other people, though. So
Yeah.
you go run across the fucking country a couple times.
He's running. He's thinking, why is Jenny a whore?
He saw his best friend Bubba die.
Oh man! So I was thinking about that the other day when Val Kilmer passed away, and I posted the quote. I posted a little 3-minute clip of him talking to Wyatt Earp about Doc Holliday when he passed away. Just leave me, let me go. And I was thinking, when that actor dies, that scene's gonna hit even harder when he dies. If I knew this was my last time talking to Bubba, I would have said something better. Hey, Bubba. That scene's gonna hit so much harder when that actor Bubba actually passes away in a couple of years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, you just
Tombstone is a great movie. Great movie.
Yeah, man.
Rockefeller
Great
just gave him an expiration date.
I didn't mean to wish. I'm not just saying. Eventually, we're all gonna pass. Y'all can look back on this in 50 years and be like, that dude was weird as shit. You know what? But I think I agree with some of the shit he was saying. We all got expiration dates.
Yeah, absolutely. Jesus Christ. So, have you guys seen any of the new movies lately? I'm just curious.
I'm waiting for a good one to come out.
What was that?
Said I'm waiting for a good one to come out.
Well, the problem with that is when you start waiting for a good one to come out, you might actually miss a good one. Like
what?
As much as I would like to be somebody to be like a beacon of a good movie representative or representative. Dude, check it out. Sci-Facts like this. Blah blah blah. Don't look at it like that. At the same time, go out of your way. I go out of my way to also watch some movies that a lot of people will not watch. Even what I would say is something like Warfare, I think overall it's a good movie, and maybe someone like you who's actually served or whatever, you'd probably actually enjoy it more than I did, or whatever. Like overall, I can look at it as like a movie going person and whatever, and I can look at it like I don't think it's a movie worth being told in theory, but it'd be really interesting to have someone like you who has actually served and did something like that. Maybe tell me off, and not as like, hey, I want a counter intuitive point to it, but I'm just being honest. Like, I don't think that movie should be out there. Like, it sounds kind of pointless, and it seemed pointless, while I was watching it. That's kind of my opinion about it. What sucks, and it's one of the reasons I almost didn't want to make a movie about it. I'll probably still make or not a movie about it, but a review about it.
So this isn't a recommendation, but what I'm thinking about doing is for very cheap movie coming up in the near future is buying 1 month of Disney Plus. This is not a recommendation. This is a Rockefeller explanation. Okay. I'm thinking about buying 1 month of for Andor because they're dropping 4 weeks consecutive, 3 episodes at a time. So you can just buy 1 fucking month and then cancel it and watch the entire season of Andor for what, $10, $15 now? It's cheaper than the fucking movie.
Do you think he's ever going to find his prostitute sister?
I hope so. She's pretty hot.
I wonder what's going to happen to Andor at the end, though.
Yeah,
He's going to die.
we have no way of knowing.
Yeah,
Look, we all want to know.
Where could this story go? Like, who would ever know where the fuck this shit ends?
I can Jedi.
All
Best
right,
Jedi in the universe.
look, everyone is fucking obviously joking about the shit, but can we fucking stop with this fucking prequel bullshit? We already know where this shit is going. We already fucking know where it just dives off into. Is it going to be into the story that we actually give a shit about for like half a second, and then even that implodes? You know, like can we stop? Can we stop?
Last week,
Can we fucking stop?
If KK retires,
I'm so fucking.
let's say I replace her, right? Next year she retires, I replace her. The first thing I'm doing is saying Rogue One's canon, Andor's canon, Andor Season 2's canon. Everything else is an EU extended universe.
Rockefeller.
What
are your pronouns?
Andor canon, it just dropped right now. No, shut up. Come on. Look. I've been talking to a couple of guys in and out every now and then. Like, you guys don't care. None of us care. We don't give a shit. It's like,
Caesar.
You got like a spider web attached when you accidentally farted in the right direction in your spider web when you're jumping away, and it's like, oh, I guess I'm attached to that for a half a second. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. We don't care. Nobody cares. You don't care. Nobody cares. And it's like, and then on top of that, which is even better than that, is then you get the fucking clarification that the audience doesn't fucking care. Nobody fucking cares. We have like the thing that we thought, not even we thought, but we maybe had like an anchor of hope for, that was Daredevil. Daredevil was literally the last like beacon of hope of like, maybe Disney will do this right. And people were like, let me stretch my last anchor over there, and maybe that'll cling me into hope. That'll cling me into, and then bam, they got dropped the fuck out of like reality
when you watch
instantaneously. Have we watched? Dude, you've been watching it with it. I've seen you in the chat. Shut the fuck up. You guys have everybody here has been in the chats with us. You guys can't be like, what? Like, nobody likes Daredevil.
Do you think you got what out of that
fucking person. Union when you have three
There's
different
like
writers.
one person out of the 150 people that watch us. And even if you did that times, I don't know, everybody on top of
it's a
whatever
union
the
project.
Cyphex, did he get the blood out of the tuxedo? That's a white tuxedo. That's priceless.
Look.
That's it. I mean, beautiful
Andy's about to reel me in because he's a nice dude, but I'm going off the rails.
I think Cyphex needs a hug, bro.
Yeah.
Come up to Oregon. I'll give you a hug. I like you. I said you could borrow my Porsche.
Cyphex is an angry drunk.
You can have
I'm
the
actually
911
I'm very nice.
you can
but-
borrow the 911. It's a convertible. Just go to Vegas in that thing.
you
Dude,
go.
I've literally said nothing but nice things other
Yeah.
than angry word. I've said angry words. That's it.
Because I think you'd be
Angry-
happy
angry-
driving that 911.
Angry
to Vegas.
words are not fucking physical things, dude. Like, give me a break. Get the fuck out of here.
It reminds me of Brick from Anchorman. Loud noises.
That escalated quickly.
I don't care if you're 300 pounds, man. I fucking throw that shit around every fucking 2 seconds, man. I'll fucking drop you. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so I mean, with the right management, I think Star Wars, this Andor season 2 coming up, you could fix that universe. Just ixnay a couple of them. Tony Gilroy, in my opinion, he's the one that is the Rogue One producer and the guy behind this Andor, should be the new Kathleen Kennedy replacement. Should kick her ass out the fucking office. Should be the one to not only remove her, but replace her.
Well, I mean, they're keeping her around, obviously, because they want to be friendly with her so she won't go batshit on, Gina Carano in her court case, because that's a lot of money riding on it.
Yeah, I guess you need the trial witness.
Yeah, they got to kind of make her happy. And why is she around? Well, because they got to kind of keep her happy, Hey, I still want to stick around here for a while. Well, we want you here too.
The
That's
worst
why she's
villain
still there.
ever was in Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Do we know who that is?
It's a kid movie.
Yeah.
Spy
Marvel said
Kids.
I don't know if they didn't register when they said it. I was like, who?
I brought all my war movies over. Thought we were talking about war movies. But
I'm all good to talk war movies, man. Whenever.
because I got the ultimate bad guy. This guy right here. That guy. The big man.
Well, we
That's actually
were
a great
originally
film, by the
talking
way.
war movies because I saw the movie Warfare, which it was
Sci-Fi,
it's
you can go
good.
ahead and spoil it, man. Ain't nobody here gonna watch that.
It's like Overlord or
No,
whatever. that
I'm
movie
not.
was.
I'm not going to do that. It literally came out. Like it comes out tomorrow, and I saw it a day early. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be that person. I will say I don't think it's worthy of the way that people are talking about it. And if anybody, especially people who have served, I don't think it's that good of a movie. And I kind of spoiled it in the background for some of the people who are here in this chat who have served. They haven't responded to me in such a manner, but I don't think it does them justice or whatever. And I don't think it's worth being a movie. Like the way it's done is fine. The way that you'll feel about it is fine. Overall, I don't think it's that good of a movie. That's the best way I can put it. And I'm not gonna sit there and shit on it. I know too many people who are in service and everything, and I'm not gonna do that. So it's like I can't do that to the people that I know because maybe something like that is as brutal and or worse than what the fuck they experienced. And
Shout out to the service workers. We love all y'all. I'm from North Carolina.
yeah, no, exactly. That's actually kind of what I was going for. It's like, shout out to service workers, and what I can't, like, I want to judge it based on the film quality, and the film quality is great. The action and the action is, I would say, if I'm being honest about it, it's pretty lackluster. But the severity of what's going on around it is intense. Like you're feeling intense the whole time you're watching it, and yeah, that's kind of about it.
Hey, Sci-Fi.
And
yeah. I'll be real, man. Like, veterans are like some of the strongest, like most hard-willed people there are.
No,
so you don't got to operate with you don't have to feel like you have to operate with kid gloves or whatever. Like,
no, that literally doesn't matter. I literally not only do I have family members in the service on top of the service in this, like literally people in the service now who have served and died through it. Who people have are like there's some of them are going to be in the service, and then family on top of that who have like gravestones and everything. Dude, I have all the things like other than like maybe me, whatever. They just happen to be family members, and I would say it's like to a point sad, but all of them are proud. They're all fucking proud.
And I'll
So
say,
that's not the point. I'm looking at it as a movie reviewer point of view. Like
Right.
I'm reviewing it as a movie point of view, and the movie is very good. And what it does and the way that it portrays a certain event, I don't think it needs to be an event. I don't think it needs to be that.
one thing I'll
That's
say,
the best
like
way I can say it.
as like a public service announcement, basically, is something that's
No.
very annoying to us as
I hope
veterans.
I get crucified for it. It's
No,
okay.
no, it's like the constant need for people to say thank you for your service, kind of thing. Like
No.
I
The cliche.
That has
annoying.
nothing to do with this movie at
No,
all.
I'm not
Nothing to
saying,
do.
I'm not telling you that you are Cyphex. I'm just saying in general.
No.
But-
That comes with the territory of the subject matter. I understand that. That's fine. And as someone who like not as someone I didn't, but as you as someone who went and did that, that makes sense. That's fine. I don't claim that. I'm never going to claim that. Whatever. I know plenty of people and plenty of family members who have done that. That's fine. I don't claim that at all. But as watching that movie to looking at it as what I do, which is movie reviews and watching it as like a movie standpoint, I don't think that movie needed to be made. I don't think it needed to be made at all.
Well, can I
That's
get one
the
sec? Can I get one sec? I'm going to show
Go
you.
for it. Go for it. Did you see it? Yeah.
No. But this is a movie
No
called
recent
Come and See. It's actually a Polish film, but it's about.
Does it have anything to do with what we're talking about?
here's
Come
what
on,
it's
John.
that's a brutal war.
I said,
movie.
give me 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a brutal war film that they would not make here because we view World War II as a righteous war, as a good war. There is no such thing as a good war. There is no such thing as a righteous war. War is hell, and people die in that, and they die needlessly in war. And there is no good war. There is no righteous war. And I think that's that is something that we feel that there is, because if you watch something like Come and See, it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal and real, as opposed to something like, something that might be, more sanitized, like an American World War II movie. And Saving Private Ryan would be a good example, but it's certainly earlier than that. Maybe like Longest Day, I would say would be very sanitized. And war's hell, and we should always remember that when people go to war, they come back. They're not the same people, and they lose something.
Well, I mean, you also gotta hold on.
Escaping war and trying to avoid it. I mean, that's what the Bible, I was saying Bible, but blessed are the peacekeepers.
Wait, hold on.
Peacekeepers are blessed.
I'm not gonna lie. Don't get me wrong. I'm all a fan of about all sorts of Bible talk. Like not exactly Bible talk. Anybody's religion, all good here. I'm not gonna say don't preach, but at the same time,
I'm not.
On my shit. Like keep it vague.
I'm saying that
And
people,
I'm actually
people putting their little
I'll say that.
swastikas on the Teslas and stuff, they think that they are World War II. They think they're the anti-fascists. They think all that stuff. That's what they think, and it's not true.
Second biggest argument we've ever got on the channel, but go ahead.
It's not. They are not righteous. They are not good. They are criminals, and they're not soldiers. They're awful. And just because you put some thing on it that from Austrian guy from Braunau doesn't mean anything to me. It means nothing. So that's my take. There are no good wars. Both my grandfathers were in World War II. Both were in the Pacific Theater.
I can agree with there's like basically no good wars in general or whatever. That's fine. Like I can get along with that idea. That's fine.
You gonna do a tariff political stream like Piers Morgan later, Cyphex?
Absolutely not. For one, I'm actually going to straight up say this before any of this happens. It's not that I do not care. It's just that most of it, No, this is the wrong statement. I would say like it doesn't affect me. Obviously,
Not your
actually,
ballpark.
everything that happens around you actually does affect you in the long run, which is the wrong statement, because most people go around with the statement is like, this doesn't affect me. Actually, it does. Everything around you does affect you, and it does come back in like a whiplash effect, and it's kind of brutal or whatever.
But we
And
talk
when
movies
you-
to get
when-
a release, to get away from that.
no, see, that's the thing with what we do here, and or when we do with other channels around us and other people that I'm hoping will maybe defend me in this topic.
All I'm hearing is Syphax is an isolationist.
son of a bitch. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. Anyways,
But my
look,
recommendation is come and see. Watch that movie. You will not like war.
It's one
dude,
of the
I'm
saddest movies I've ever
trying
seen.
to
What
be
movie came out?
nice to everybody here, and you guys are making me out to be like, no, I'm kidding.
We love you.
In
Simon.
all honesty, actually,
Come
kind
and
of-
see. What year did it come out?
I basically
About-
agree with roughly.
Hold on.
Can I fucking talk in my own channel?
1985.
1985. Got you.
Sorry.
Oh my God. Look. I get what everybody was saying. I get it all. It's all good. It's all fine. Like everyone has their own fucking ideals and everything. And that's how I feel like everyone used to be to a certain aspect of life. It's all good. Everyone was like relatively, I don't want to say uniform, but at the same time, we kind of got it. And then everything kind of got all fucking kiltered. And now we're all a little bit off. And what I love about something like this, like the fucking internet, is everybody can come back together with a little bit of I'm yes about this, I'm no about this. And eventually you find a kinship, and all of a sudden your chains and your links fucking connect together again. That's what's been happening. And people from the left and like the right, which is what is, I guess now you want to consider it. I never consider myself any of this shit. And it is blowing my fucking mind. I know you were talking about something else, but this is what's actually happening. And whatever, man. Like I'm
So you are going to buy 1 month of Disney Plus for Andor season 2?
Hey man, what was your name again? Rockefeller? Have you ever been removed before? Like,
No, please no.
John, have you ever seen Life is Beautiful?
Yes, I did. A long time ago. It's been a while. You mean the one with
I'm just trying to drink some
the,
vodka
Italian
and hang out
guy?
with some friends.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
camps.
the
Did you-
yeah? There's so many. I've seen being Jewish. I see a lot of those movies, like Kid with the Striped Pajamas and all these
Oh, yeah.
movies, and I'm like, they're just kind of they're so sad. They're not really the fun movies. I don't like to see those all the time.
Mhm. You,
That makes me bad. But
Yeah.
but it's been a while since I've seen that. Obviously, Schindler's List is the apex of all those movies, and you can't see, you just see innocent people die is just kind of
Dude,
awful.
I'm sorry. Look, we got fucking Andy from Hold My DualShock. We got Quentin, who is like a troll from the fucking goddamn chat, but also like a constant member of, I don't know, like even my chat or whatever. We got Rockefeller, who has been killing it, and I'm glad he's fucking around all the time. Dr. John, who has been, thank you for, I'm not going to say anything else. This guy is fucking awesome. And none of you have said the obvious bad guy in a war scenario, which is literally in my goddamn fucking thumbnail. How
Is
none
it?
of you,
I looked
It's
at your
in my
thumbnail.
thumbnail.
Villains and wars and villains, and
I
it
don't
looks like
know,
it's your view.
there might be an eye in there. There might be an eye in there.
I can't have
Like
it before you put out the
it's so crazy.
You talking about
might be so
Megatron?
crazy. Jesus fucking. Okay, so I might drink this, go downstairs, refill it, and you guys can fucking figure it out.
Who's in the thumbnail? I'm looking at the thumbnail right now. I'm like, that's your
can't-
anime.
Did I put the wrong thumbnail? What is
Yeah, you
happening?
did. It says sidecast.
God Damn, Cyphex.
Oh my god, I did not.
It's you. It's your anime. It's your avatar.
You guys see?
Yeah, I was wondering, like, who's he talking about?
He's
Dude, what-
indignant.
Dude, what's on the right side cat? What's on the right
Oh,
hand?
live
side
is
of it?
blocking that up. If there's something that's
What
live-
is that? What is the eye over there?
Let me
Jesus
see.
Christ.
What can I see?
Is that not the eye of fucking Sauron?
Oh, okay. I didn't see that because the time stamp is
Oh,
covering
you
that up.
did not see that? Nobody saw the fucking eye of Sauron in the corner?
Because you're
That's why
live right
you
there
all
and
get
it's covering that up.
decepted. That's why you all got decepted. You
Cyphex,
motherfuckers.
I hate to break
Literally-
to you, but
Oh my God.
he doesn't have a corporeal form, so he's not a bad guy.
It's,
Yeah,
he's
he
not
does,
the
he
bad
does
guy.
in
It's
new
the
show.
eye. It's the eye. It's the thing that corrupts you into being a bad guy.
He can't be a guy if he
Jesus
doesn't have a
Christ.
body.
Yeah,
Gender
yeah.
neutral.
He
Please
is
be-
not the bad guy. It's the thing that corrupts you into being a bad guy. Shut the fuck. You know what the fuck I'm talking about, Andy. You
I just
fucking
appreciate you
liar.
could be a little more gender neutral with your language
Wow.
when talking about.
Stop being so male presenting.
If we're gonna be technical, we need to be technical.
Jesus Christ.
Praise his name, Cyphex.
Well, like,
Yep.
see,
Sure.
this is why random people like me stop streaming. We meet people like Andy, but like, actually, and you're like, shut the fuck up.
If I put "I am Sauron" in the comments, you should be able to highlight that, Cyphex. You should be able to highlight it, and it should go like if you put it like tap on that, it should become a banner, so everybody knows we're talking about.
Hey, so
People are like, I thought it was a bullet or something. It's a fucking eye, but it's literally the eye of Sauron.
Can
So
I
are
blow
you-
your mind
corner.
for a second? Is Sauron really the bad guy?
Dude, for
Perspective.
one, look,
Technically, in
for one,
Morgoth,
oh my
Perspective.
god, you know what's crazy?
It's all perspective.
Yeah.
Oh my
Is
God.
Thanos the bad guy? No.
Let's
You know?
deconstruct it.
Oh no, no,
Thanos was right.
you want to deconstruct it? Want to deconstruct it? Hey, did Sauron actually die when the ring went in there? Let me know.
That's a good question.
No,
Was
no,
Joker a bad guy?
go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
I
Go-
think
no.
Sauron is there for eternity because Sauron is a representation of man's ego, narcissism, of man's folly.
What's he called? What's he called?
Sauron? What do you mean? What is he called? It's called.
Well, I'm gonna wait for other people to go. Because
okay, go ahead.
there's actually a certain representation of what he's called. Go ahead. Let's go with Andy. Like
I'm
what?
confused as to the question.
Sauron apparently is technically destroyed by the ring, in theory, right? But is he actually dead?
His essence is in the ring.
Okay, is he dead?
No.
There you go. That's what you're going with? No, he's dead. He's not
Until
dead.
they like destroy the ring, and even then he could technically
No. The ring is gone. The ring is gone. Ring is gone. Is he dead or no?
No.
yes,
No.
Quentin, is he dead or no?
yes.
So you believe he's dead? Okay.
Well, where the fuck is he?
Dispersed.
he's a Maiar. He doesn't he's like an angel. He doesn't his physical body.
you
doesn't-
He's
actually
always
do
there.
that? You actually do that? You know the Maya? Okay.
I didn't know what you were asking. Yeah. Like he's like Gandalf. He can choose.
He's reincarnated.
It's almost like an idea. Like he's not dead. Like okay, look. He's not
Sauron
dead.
They
is
don't
a
explain
man.
in the It's not explained in the
He's
movies what you're
everything.
getting into. It's not really
No.
explained in the movie.
And to be fair, it's barely explained in the book, but at the
Yeah,
same
so
time,
if you're a book
it
reader, you
kind
probably
of
know what you're
is.
talking about.
it kind of is explained in the book. Like he's when he dies, like he kind of dies, but at the same time, it's like his essence is still there. Like his corporeal form, which is like his physical form, is gone. But
shouldn't
like his essence is still there. But the way that they defeat him with the ring makes it so he can never come back as a actual like a physical or like a really like a demonic force to where like they actually can't form like they can't actually come back against him. Like that's the best way to put it.
What
So
the-
during this, my
the
bad. Quentin.
What the fuck? Ice wall, flat Earth shit are you talking about, man?
It's in the book. It's literally
he's
in
not-
the book.
So in the movie, they don't go
There's
over
only
it, but
3 of them.
they kind of do. In the Fellowship of the Ring Part 1, when they're talking about the shattering, similar to Elden Ring, and they're breaking the fucking ring. The ring was broken. You hear it go every time it's like it's melting. You hear like a faint scream. You have to turn it up on your fucking sub. You hear that's like his physical form, the ring. You know what I mean? That's what holds it. But he's still got a soul, let's say. You know, so even though the form, he can't use his power to its fullest because he doesn't have a physical body.
So in Tolkien's Legendarium, when Arda was formed, which is Earth, it was sung by what are essentially his angelic beings, the Maiar and the Valar, which are like lesser and greater angels. And Sauron is of the Smith, and so he worked with Morgoth, who sowed discord by singing discord into the creation of Arda. So Arda is inherently corrupted because when it was formed, it was purposely corrupted by Morgoth. Sauron, when Morgoth was defeated, he decided to use his understanding of ring magic to sow all of his power into a singular ring, which actually enhanced his power and consolidated it to the ring. And so,
as soon as you're done with that sentence, can you cut up the next line for me? I'll snort it right out for you.
Bro, that's just Tolkien. And so the Maiar, like Gandalf, cannot die. They don't exist. They choose a physical form.
So to get Uncle T into Lord of the Rings, we need to play him the beginning of the Fellowship, like that first. I think it's like 3 to 5 minutes.
You just need to explain to him.
It shows like what happened before the ring got shattered, how Sauron got defeated, how the Age of Man was enacted, and he the other day when they played like him smacking the knives against the thing, I was like, that's the end of 3 movies. He ain't gonna give a shit about that part. He don't know any of these fucking characters. What you need to do is play him the first part, but just like when we were in the movie theater, we don't know anything about this. That tells you the backstory. The first 3 to 5 minutes of Lord of the Rings Fellowship is really fucking good. That'll hook anybody in and be like, what the hell's going on here?
I think all you have to see is that
what it comes down to
hit over and over again with those arrows. That's the best. It's just awesome.
What it comes down to is when it comes down to T.
Oh no, different topic. We love you too.
There's a simple way to do it, but at the same time, simplicity does not equal complexity, and complexity is not in the equation there. Let's just say with that.
It's a good opening scene. I'll give. That's what I was trying to convey.
That'd be a good way to open a fucking anime. But yes.
Yeah.
I just kind of view Sauron as sort of all around. It's like he enters the love of that ring enters Boromir, and Boromir at the right before he dies, he's like, "What the heck am I doing here?" And he takes all that pain. He takes all those arrows, and he's like, he surrenders to saying to Sauron, "You can kill me, but you can't have me."
Yeah,
and that's something important.
Yeah, I love that scene. Boromir's so misunderstood as well.
He's the best character in Lord of the Rings, I think.
Yeah.
Or one of them.
He's a true man. He's not part of the Dunedain, and yet he still chooses this Herculean task, and he battles the temptation of the ring.
And he sacrifices himself at the end, and he tells Sauron, "Fuck you."
Yep. That's going to be our next Ratchet edit, by the way, is Boromir edit.
Oh, that'd be awesome. One of my favorite characters in the movie. I like Sean Bean anyways. And boy, he always ends up dead in TV shows and movies.
Yeah.
Sean Bean.
He was the best character in Lord of the Rings, really, I think.
His name is spelled so weird.
Not Lord of the Rings, I mean Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Sean Bean is, for one, awesome. But the problem with him is anytime you see him in anything, you just know he's gonna die.
That is true.
Last time I was on, somebody brought up that Aragorn actor Viggo Mortensen wasn't the original cast person, so I looked it up who they were talking about. It's the dude from fucking League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, Dorian Gray.
That would suck so bad if that fucking guy was dude. Lord of the Rings would suck so bad.
Well, Sean Connery was originally tapped to be Gandalf. He did
So
League of
bad.
Extraordinary Gentlemen because he passed on Matrix, he passed on Lord of the Rings, he passed on all those movies. He's like, well, this one must be good,
Think of
and
the
boy,
different
he was
movie
wrong.
We would have got a completely different movie. We would have had Sean.
Wait.
Connery,
Hey
Gandalf.
guys, look. We talked about like sort of war movies, and I know it's probably more my topic, but the other topic that I had going on was like, what are your favorite villains that you have going on? And let me start with Rockefeller. Rockefeller, what is like one of your favorite villains of all time? Let's say within the last, let me put a timeline on it. Within the last 15 years, 15 from 2010 up, because if we go all time, obviously we can name some fucking badass ones.
And I know you said I shouldn't do it, but Thanos was a very big, impactful.
No. Throw that one out the window. Throw that one out the window. Come on.
I guess that's all right.
That's a good. I mean, that's the obvious.
Movies I
choice.
like that I watch a lot of.
Something,
think it's-
some outside the box. Some outside the box. Come on.
The Spot.
You got.
Fucking in Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. The Spot. I really like the Spider-Man fucking movies a lot. He's a funny ass character, and like the whole time it's supposed to be like joke for comedic relief, right? Until he's like gets to one point, he's like,
Till he becomes serious.
when you remember me from their plant, right? You do remember, right? What you did to me?
Yeah.
And he starts switching, like heel turns, like he's not a comedian anymore. It's like, you remember what you did to me, and he chases him. It's like, whoa, what the fuck's going on? If they push more into that and still keep them jokes, so for him to make lighthearted and come back to it real quick, I think he would be I think the guy who's doing him, the voice actor, I think he's a good actor and a good villain.
Jason Schwartzman. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I always forget his name, but I think he's definitely a really good voiceover dude, man.
He's in my favorite Christmas movie. Have you guys seen what's it called? Shit, I'm blanking on it. Klaus.
Oh no, that's the like fucking
No,
scary
no.
movie with like the monster in it. I haven't seen that.
No, that's Krampus. No, Klaus
Okay.
is he plays a postman. It's the formation of Christmas, like an alternate Christmas story.
I'll check it out. I'll add it to this.
All right. So Andy from Hold My DualShock over here, our esteemed guest, the one in the corner, the one who like gets all the points. No, I'm kidding. Like, who the fuck knows Klaus, man? What are you talking about?
Well, we did it on our 25 Days of Christmas streams.
I know you did it, but shut up. Like, I was like one of the few people here in my stream that probably watched that.
Yeah, nobody watched those streams we did. Favorite villains?
Come on.
all the original
No,
Super.
favorite villain of all time, not Christmas bullshit. Come on. Some at the top of your head, like the first thing you think of, like, wait. Think about it. Hold on.
Of all time in the last 15 years.
No, hold on. What?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and whatever time that one, whatever time you hear this click come through, think of a villain. Go for it.
Fuck, I'm completely blanking. There's so many. Probably Dr. Octopus.
Dr. Octopus. Okay, so is it Dr. Octopus from
I think he's from.
Spider-Man 2? Or
Yeah,
are
from
we
Spider-Man
thinking
2.
about-
Yeah, definitely
Okay.
not from that thing we just watched.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Can I ask Andy a question?
Yes. Is that?
Look,
Are you asking me if you
Dude,
ask me, or is
my
it
shit,
through
my
sci-fi?
shit is
Sci-fi.
my shit is open as it can be. But if you annoy me, I'm gonna confront you about it.
Well, that's
Like,
real quick. Andy,
No, don't get me wrong. Nobody's gonna annoy me.
in South Africa,
You annoyed me. What are you talking about?
in
Okay, okay.
the Netherlands, okay, the Netherlands is kind of an interesting place, but Christmas is kind of celebrated on December 5th.
Mm.
And basically they call that St. Nicholas Day. And that's when all the Moroccans, when they dress up in blackface, come and give out candy to everybody in the Netherlands. And I don't know, it's like, it's sort of the Christmas things that they do in the Netherlands are very different than America. They have open blackface Moroccan people walking around blackface as
Mhm.
Moroccan slaves to Santa Claus, who gives out candy on the 5th of December. And I didn't know if they did that in South Africa.
We don't, but I have a bunch of family that are like German and Dutch, and they have like the whole clogs, putting the clogs out and stuff. They do that.
Okay. Yeah, it's just so
But I
weird.
know of the blackface, and like I think they just said enough with the parades.
It was a little bit weird. That day was weird day. Then I lived in the Netherlands. Whoa, that was weird. But my favorite villain. I think I was just talking about Zod from The Flash. Man, he really, really likes killing Supergirl. And Supergirl seems very nice. Seems like he's been beat up a lot. She seems really like tortured by the Russians there in their little cave there when she didn't have her power, couldn't see the sun. And boy, Zod just loves killing Supergirl. And she seems like a really nice girl. And that's really mean. So I'd say Zod. Zod's real meanie in The Flash.
Did you like Zod in Man of Steel?
He was okay. I mean, I thought he did an okay job, Michael Shannon. Is he great? I'm just the last 15 years. I'm just trying to think of the last 15 years. He's okay. He's the best villain of all of them.
I think Michael Shannon was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I think it's a really cool story, like the idea of like free will versus like genetic modification, and then his whole motivation of not having a people anymore, and he just goes on this berserker rampage.
Exactly, because the best part of that, Andy, is when they're fighting and he has like all the, he has the armor on because he's not used to the atmosphere, and then Superman beats his ass so much, but him being a soldier, he likes the pain, he just rips it off and just starts. He goes crazy, goes because he's like getting all the power absorption. Once he gets off on that shit, then it's fucking the fight ensues. Michael Shannon does a great job as Zod, man. Yeah, he's a great job.
My favorite villain is Gavin Newsom.
Gavin Newsom's your favorite villain.
That's why I put him up. My favorite villain.
Anticristo.
But no, Zod, he does a great job as Zod. Obviously, both the actors that played Zod did a great job with Zod, and very different portrayals. But I just that's the one nice thing I thought about The Flash was I just thought it was very graphic the way he just kept on wanting to kill Supergirl, and he'd find different ways of doing it, and it was very violent, and it was different. So I'd have to say that.
All right. Well, look. Obviously, we're about to get a James Gunn version of everything, which would make people seem. What's the best way to put it? Like maybe happy-go-lucky, or like even though it's going to be kind of brutal, there might be a good way to come out of it. How do you feel about like the characters that you've been advocating before? How do you feel that they'll fare from the James Gunn treatment? You know what I mean?
Who's going first?
Either one of you, it doesn't matter.
Well, I'll just say this: James Gunn, obviously he's directed a lot of these Guardians of the Galaxy films that we would perceive to be somewhat comedic in nature, and he also did Suicide Squad, which was also very comedic in nature. And he did that show. What was the name of the show that his wife was on?
Peacemaker.
Yeah, Peacemaker. That was obviously weird and very comedic and weird, and it was weird. And so it could be extremely weird. I'm hopeful because I'm, the symbol means hope, right? That's what that symbol means.
The symbol means hope is enough for you. Like there's nothing else about what you've seen from the behind the scenes or
the symbol means hope.
When he builds characters on set, he gives them enough.
Hope for what? Being filleted decently.
Well, I think the film is already too many people. It has too many things going on in it to be an effective movie.
Okay. I can get on board with you on that. Yeah.
Do I think he seems like the guy that's playing Superman is going to be a good Superman in general. He seems fine, but I just think so many things are going on. I think if it is a mess.
Hold on. I actually agree with you on that. I think he might actually be a relatively decent Superman. I don't think we've seen enough of him doing it. What he's
Have
doing.
we ever had a
and
bad Superman?
To be
Brandon?
fair,
Yeah.
no.
Brandon.
no.
I mean,
Hold
uh,
on. Can I like click on
movie
hold my
sucked.
dual
It was-
shock
it
and do
was-
like
movie
like
sucked.
an ollie oop into this shit? How do I do this?
Brandon Roth.
Yeah, can you do a poll? Worst Superman ever.
Brandon Roth.
Y'all didn't like Brandon?
Okay,
Definitely not
okay,
Lois
okay.
Clark.
Like who's
Definitely not Lois
dandruff
Clark.
after their and who's dandruff out of their fucking super shorts would you sniff? Would it be?
Henry Cavill's.
Oh, Henry
Oh.
Cavill. I mean, he's just. Oh,
He's not even on a set, and I
Beauty,
would still get
beauty.
90%.
My man car. Henry Cavill had to take. Who saw the
Henry
Terrence Howard?
Cavill. Oh, he's a sexy man.
Yeah, Henry Cavill's he's the best portrayal of Superman in my opinion. Next to Christopher Reeves, because when you look at him back in the day, he wasn't like he actually looked the part too. If Christopher Reeves was doing modern day workouts and enhancements, he would have looked even better than fucking Henry Cavill did.
That's true.
Okay,
But Henry
well,
Cavill is the best.
Look.
Superman.
I'm gonna throw this out there because for some god awful reason, if so a great reason, I have 21 people on here for some fucking reason. Why are 21 people? 2-1. Like that is insane. Anybody in the chat? The first one that I actually I don't know can register in my mind, throw out a question for anybody in the chat, and then I will throw it out to the chat as I am the moderator because apparently I am. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's news to me. It's insane. Throw out a question. I will throw it out to everybody else. Also, yeah, go for that. Go there. Also, wait. We got Quentin Edwards. What's up, Quentin? Do you have a question?
He's back.
Yo, what's up, man?
All right, that's not a question, but let's go with everybody else. Is anybody in the chat fucking?
There's a question, and it's by
Hey,
Mars.
What's
by
up, man?
Mars.
You know what's up, man? Everyone's been doing good. Everyone's doing
What?
fine.
Dude,
For
you
some
were in the middle of
reason,
asking
that
the chat
some reason, well, and then you dropped out. Some reason,
I've been
this
done
is
dropped
actually,
out, man.
dude. You know what's up. You know what's up. You know what's up.
Yeah.
Some reason, this is actually going okay. Like that's what's up.
Hey, can I?
There's no reason. There's no
I'm gonna-
reason for this to be going okay.
Cyfax, let me answer Mars's question real quick, and that is: does it matter if the story sucks? Yes.
Oh, absolutely. In the long run, yes, it sucks. Because
No. Does it matter? Yes, it does.
it does depending on the context of whatever the story is. Like
Because we
right
already had
now-
a Superman with a good Superman and a sucky story. That was Man of Steel, and Henry
Sure,
Cavill was a
sure.
great Superman.
Sure,
and so
sure,
that
sure.
story sucked, and it mattered.
Sure. That falls off. But let's go with something very very more recent, which is Minecraft, which is the story sucks. The story sucks, but everything else around it is fucking apparently a banger, you know? Like everything about it is fucking awesome. It doesn't matter how bad the story is, it doesn't fucking matter.
You just
That
don't
thing
get
is
that
going
much
to just
context.
like it's gonna drag fucking money. Like it could be like so many people are talking to me. What's going on? Like what's going on?
Nobody's talking, bro.
I think I was talking to myself.
I heard like 3 of you. Look,
I'm trying to put your cash app in there because people are trying to see how to give you money.
Yeah. Hey
And I
guys,
was like, and it blocked me. It said, this comment has failed to post to Cyfax.
cash shine at Cyfax. By all means, I don't know. Give me $1. Look,
Every bit counts. $1 is all
look,
we ask. If you
I'm
got it,
begging and grifting so hard. Clearly, I'm doing it. Like,
Keeps
oh
this
my
going.
god! Look, hold on. Like, can I generate like a sand thing that I can just crawl through? Like, I'm just begging. So, look, it's all good. Look, if you guys want to give me $1, it's great. I appreciate it. If you do that, it's fine. But we're talking about other things. If you haven't seen me talk on other people's channels, I tried to talk about the things that I'm trying to fucking talk about. Yeah. If you want to give me $1 about it, that's great. Like at the same time, like, do you want a nipple? You're not gonna get it. Anyways. Okay. Are we done? Are we done? What are we talking about? Where are we at?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm on the East Coast. It's 6 o'clock. I gotta get ready to start my day, so I'm gonna have to bow out gracefully if y'all don't mind.
Rockefeller. It was
Sure.
it's a
Rockefeller Plaza. Go check
You're
them
awesome.
out at, I
Good to
believe
see
it's at Rocket Plaza.
What's your
Rockefeller
Twitter?
Plaza.
Rockefeller Plaza. Everything's the same. Rockefeller
Okay.
Plaza on YouTube.
No,
Rockefeller
I'm
Plaza
terrible
on
at
Twitter.
doing all that. I need
If
to
anybody
get some
wants to join
mods
me,
so they can shoot them out
send me a-
there. And
Shoot me one on Twitter, a message. I'm doing going live Sunday. I'd love to have some guests. Quentin, I'm gonna send you one. if you
always
don't mind.
love him as a guest, man. He's good people.
Y'all have a good day, everybody. Take it easy.
You
Stay
too.
well, man. Have a good one, Rockefeller.
Hey, Cyphex, you
Yo.
asked about villains in the last 15 years, and I think Conor McGregor in that new Roadhouse movie was a pretty good villain.
That was a fucking new fuck. That's the same
said
villain.
The last 15 years.
And it's a villain from an old ass movie from 20 years ago. Like,
What? The movie just came out, bro.
Yeah.
dude, but the concept was from like 20 years ago.
If you
Yeah,
watch
but
the
he's the
movie,
original
that was
character.
very different.
Like Andy knows what I'm talking about, right? Am I wrong?
Conor McGregor was the original character in that, I'm pretty
Hey,
sure.
Cyphex, you have a PayPal? Because people are asking. Apparently, Cash App is banned outside of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Do people actually really want to send me money? Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, we got Terrence House guy trying to send you money right now.
Hey, Terrace,
Oh my God.
I speak for Sci-Fax. Don't worry about it, bro. It's good.
like
Don't-
like
just don't
if
interrupt
this
him.
was like 10 years ago, I'd be way too prideful to accept that. But actually, I don't give a shit. Like, dude, I actually want to stream more and do stuff not exactly like this, but at the same time like this, but a little more like, I don't know, have a structure behind it. Right now, I have no structure. Like doing this on the fly, zero structure.
Hey, Cyphex, what is your PayPal account name? So this guy. Can
I
send you money?
literally don't have PayPal.
Okay, there. All right, sorry.
No. I mean,
Terrace, do you have?
I'm literally screwing myself out of some money, but
Sci-Fax, put your address on the group chat so that we can just have people mail you shit.
yeah. Hey, and anybody want my social security number? I'm like, I'll just throw it out there. It's fine.
I'll give you mine. I don't care. It's worthless. 545-759-718.
Wow.
Oh my god.
What? You know, the first three are
Oh my God.
where you got your social security number, where you're born at. So 545 is a California number.
I don't even want to touch this.
Try not to draw too much attention to the idea of
My birthday's
who does and does not
6/11/76, by the way.
yeah. Quinn, I'm good. I'm good. I stored it out of contacts. That's fine.
Come on, Andrew.
Where did I get one of these social
don't do
security
that.
numbers?
Where do you get
South
it?
Africa.
From the Social Security office. Or you go, you steal one like all the Mexicans do.
I'll have to get one.
Okay, I'm a little off age. I'm gonna go to bed.
As
guys.
much as we have been joking around, let's go for
I
say
sent you
30
$1.
30 more minutes. Oh no, I've seen everybody's dollar. I'm very actually appreciative, but I feel like I don't want to call people's names out for it. Like, it's weird to me. Like, it's actually super weird that anybody even sends me $1, dude. Like, it tripped me the fuck out. Like, I was sitting there, I'm like, maybe I should get a pizza or whatever. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, 100%. First couple things that came through, I'm like, people actually gave me money. I'm gonna do dumb shit with it. But my dumb shit is like $10 worth of dumb shit. It's not like, oh, you gave me thousands of dollars. No, it's like $10 of dumb shit, which is, let me get a pizza because I felt fucking good about myself. Like, oh, cool. Now I'm saving it. Like, so if you feel bad about that, that's, I'm sorry, but at the same time,
Facts. I see
Dude.
$1 for more orange soda. 'Cause I
Yeah,
love you.
a pizza in the hand is worth 2 in the box. Cyfax.
I literally accidentally snort. Well, I didn't accidentally snort. I purposely did it, but at the same time,
I'm
whatever.
sure it snorts just like Fanta.
Dude, Cyfax.
Oh,
You know who
It
invented
felt
Fanta?
like it. Felt like it. It felt like it hardcore.
The Nazis founded Fanta.
Dude, you know it's crazy. There's people who've like seeked me out through different random chats who are like, dude, what is your like email or whatever? And I'm like, and I've sent it to them roughly, and they're like, okay, cool. And I was like, am I gonna get this? And they simply didn't do that. I was just like, oh shit, this is about to happen. I can do this. And they were like, fuck you. And I was like, thanks for just getting my hopes.
I was trying to post my email. I can't even do it.
It was like, to me, and like, I'm not gonna lie, it's, dude, anything that's like even like a slight mishap or like a failed kick or some bullshit, that shit makes me laugh. Like, I'm like, hey, oh, hey, oh.
I keep on trying.
Like, it just makes me laugh so hard. It's just like, but when people do actually, like, I don't know, connect, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, people, it literally still blows my mind. So I'm actually thankful for everybody who actually, I don't know,
Cyfax, it comes from love.
throws a couple.
We
bucks,
love you.
man. Well,
You know
the
that,
crazy
right?
thing about that is, here I go. I'm gonna go ahead and sell myself as no. Look, what it comes down to is
You got too many tattoos to be an effective male prostitute.
motherfucker. I got all the fucking tattoo. I got all sorts of cool shit. Like, I got a back tattoo. That motherfucker, fuck off. What it comes down to is simply this: the concept of doing live streams or whatever is going to cost me like $45 a month, right? And I have no problem saying this to people. That'd be $45 a month. For a year, it'd be like, I believe it's like $360 because of the discount. So if people discount or people donated that amount like pretty instantaneously, I could do it for a full year, and then I would be streaming much more often, and I don't know, hopefully I'd be more entertaining. I'd hope it'd be enough entertaining for, let's say, $10 to $15 of your amount. Let's just say that. If not, then what you're going to get is what you're getting right now, which is when I can be online and when I can stream, which is about 20 hours a month for free. Because, I don't know, I just can't do it.
Cyfax, have you ever read Atlas Shrugged?
I'm not going to comment on that.
I just think, no, you're an objectivist. And I think that's great because I am too.
I've fucking read it. Yes, I'm oddly well read. Okay, let's just assume I'm well read. Anyways, we're at 2.5 hours, and
Did you want me to break down Snow White from a communism standpoint? Because I can break it down for you. That basically the whole point of the movie is to develop the dictatorship, the proletariat in the movie through the means of, by seizing the means of production from the Queen. It's actually quite obvious that it's a communist stale in the current Snow White.
well, you can do that, or I can let you do it on your own stream, man.
Okay, well, I'm tired, guys. Cyfax has been a pleasure. Thank you, man.
Absolutely. Hey, it's
Quentin,
good
it's
seeing you
awesome.
all.
Andy, Toad Scenes.
Peace out, guys. If any of you are going to Vegas, I will see you out in Vegas. And yeah, I'll be doing a couple streams before then. And then
I'm sorry. It's a voice. Yes, it is.
I'll see you out there. It's all good.
Have a good trip, man.
I'll see you then. Absolutely. Peace out.
Toadsies, Andy.